niggas on it. They used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it. Y'all's the hater and all of my moves, but now niggas on it. They used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it. Realest podcast.
What up, what up? We back, Realest Podcast ever. We here on a Monday, late on a Monday, but we made it, which is all that matters. Fresh off the weekend, man. We was hosting a dope event yesterday. Eagles eked out a victory. Matt lost a bet.
No, I mean, I hit the Colts 7.5 and the Colts 6.5, but the money line just
hit the baby bets and lost the big bet.
No, they was all pretty, you know what I'm saying, substantial. It was all winnings. I told you I hit that Dutch League, John, early in the morning.
Explain this for people.
Shout out Ra. Ra put me on to like basketball in other markets.
Okay.
So, you know the NBA has a lot of analytics that go into the betting around it.
Yes.
Sort of like the NFL, sort of like Major League Baseball. These other leagues, it's just not as sophisticated around that shit. Yeah. Like, you know, the game just is just it's not as good of a game, and it just doesn't have the fanfare. You know what I mean? And I was watching the Spanish League, Real Madrid. Then I was watching the Dutch League. It was Joost United versus Landsteed. I've never seen these teams ever, but I'm watching it, and they were just scoring so slow that I was like, yo, I like the under in this shit, so I'm going to bet it. I had to find it on FanDuel. Like, I had to literally go find it. And even with a 60-point second quarter, they had 94 points at halftime. I bet the under at 163. So, of course, I'm like, the under is 163. The two teams combined had 94 at halftime. Right. I'm like, this is done. Second quarter, the second half, they just would not score. It was like the most awful basketball I ever watched in my life. No bullshit. You know, it's 12-minute quarters. 7 minutes into the fourth quarter, how many points have been scored by the two teams?
7 minutes into the fourth quarter, how many points have been scored by the two teams total or just for that quarter?
For the quarter.
7 points.
7 minutes into the fourth quarter, Landsteed had scored 2 and Joost United hadn't scored. 2 points in 7 minutes, nigga. I was like, this is the greatest under bet I've ever taken in my life. So I hit that shit and just rolled it into football. And we annihilated football yesterday. Like, no one missed in football yesterday. Yeah. Seriously, the only joint I had that lost was the Colts money line pick. And I bet that like straight up. I wasn't even mad at that. But the Cowboys just bombed on the Vikings.
Boat raced the Vikings.
Yesterday was wild. I took the Patriots, Jets under, the Chargers. The whole group chat hit that last night. I didn't even bet that, but just everything last night. Even the shit I didn't bet, I would have hit. The Falcons Bears over would have hit that. The Washington over the fucking Texans. But I didn't miss any goddamn thing yesterday. So yesterday was good. Yesterday was real good. That's what's up. The event was pretty decent. Once I brought myself down.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Calm down. Smoke some Chiba.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Luna and shit. She definitely had the best joint there. It was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it was too cold.
I had a good time.
It was too cold to do a lot of the things from the earlier joint. And they was just late with the tent setup. But all in all, it was pretty cool. Something to do.
Yeah. After y'all left, I had got real. You ever get reeled into like a niggery conversation? And you find yourself 14 minutes in and you like, what am I even arguing? What am I debating?
Arguing with somebody?
No, I wasn't arguing, but it was just like a debate about like, the debate ended up being, can you party in other places the way that you party in Philly? Or can you have an equal amount of fun in where you're from versus like going other places? And I'm like, absolutely fucking not. Like,
no, I mean, because you're on your
like, defenses are
defenses, yeah. As opposed to you being on vacation, you're a tourist.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. And the young boy that was doing security, little Gunsmoke, that was doing security, he took it upon himself to like, no, I have a ball in Philly. I don't be worried about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm connected. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me.
That security nigga was the most security in this nigga.
Yes. Meanwhile, he was 5'1", 162 pounds. Like,
Freddie went outside because I was going to get Lee. And he was like, yo, his wife good. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, it's me and Reddy. It's just me and Reddy. Walking out, like, out to the courtyard. Yeah. It's literally me and him walking out together. And he was like, yo, his wife about to come in. She good. He's like, him right here? I'm like, it's only us. He's like, him right here? Like, he was not playing. He took that shit serious.
Yeah, so I got reeled into that conversation. I found myself participating, and he like, no, because I'm connected. I ain't worried about nothing and this and this. Like, the killers and the drillers is my best friends. I said, yeah, be that as it may. That doesn't mean shit, because at the end of the day, how connected you are, that'll get you smoked faster certain times. I know plenty of niggas that was super duper connected, niggas that were connected, in control of shit, and got flipped upside down. And it wasn't about no money. It was about a nigga trying to prove a fucking point. So none of that matters. And he like, no, you right, but like that shit going everywhere. I said, yeah, it does. But here's the common denominator. Niggas. It ain't nothing going on in Yellowstone, Ohio. It ain't no drillers and killers in Yellowstone, Ohio. Like, the common denominator is black faces in black cities. Philly, Jacksonville, New York, LA, shit like that. Niggas shot J Money, first name, last name. They shot him in LA on Saturday night. He coming out of a goddamn condo in Koreatown. Niggas is waiting on him. They tear his ass out the frame, shoot him up, take his jewelry or whatever. He in critical condition right now. I'm just like, yo, this shit doesn't matter. It's like Koreatown is a gentrified area. Like, it don't get no more gentrified.
What's his name owned like the whole Koreatown? Donald Sterling.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still got it. But at one point they said it was a stretcher. He owned every apartment building. They called it the Sterling Corridor.
Damn.
Like, he owned the whole joint, all the apartment buildings.
Yeah.
Good paper.
Sheesh.
Yeah. That's how you become a billionaire.
It's like one of them things where it's like, yeah, man, it's like, you can be as connected as you want. You can call your homie, yo, give me the gun when you get off the plane and all that shit. It'll still go down, because once you remove the element, it's two elements that's been removed from street culture. One is fear, and then two, the stigma around telling. Nobody's afraid of nobody. Niggas don't care if it's 1 PM and you picking your son up from school, early dismissal. Niggas don't care. And then number two, niggas have no shame about telling their way out of a bad situation. So niggas will shoot at you. You shoot them, they will call the police and tell that you shot them. Yeah, I was trying to do a drill on this nigga. He shot me. Can you believe this? Come lock this nigga up, officer. That nigga named Percy Washington. He lives so. This is baby mom's social media. You need his Instagram.
Because the real killers always got them names, Percy. Yeah. That's funny as shit.
Rufus Willingham, come get this nigga. Yo, why would he shoot me? Like, niggas be right in the hospital bed, chained to the bed, telling, no, that's him right here. Show me some pictures. You got more pictures?
Mike Epps asked the nigga in the crowd, so what's your name, bro? He said, Larry. He's like, nigga, your name is Lawrence. He said, niggas hate when they name be Lawrence.
Niggas hate when they name be
Lawrence. Silly as shit. But yeah, all in all, yesterday was pretty cool. I'm glad I missed the whole debate at the end of that. You know what I'm saying? I got the hell out of there.
Oh, C. Ross showed up at the end, and we was cleaning up. C. Ross showed up. I was like, where you at? You missed the whole game. He said, I just got up.
Shit. Yeah. Fuck you up from me.
Undecipherable verbiage.
Yeah.
I just got up. But yeah, overall the event was pretty cool. A lot of weed vendors.
Oh yeah.
Everybody had the chiba.
Everybody's making weed and cooking up weed and packaging weed and making weed edibles and just, it's everything now. Loaves of bread. Yeah. Like, why the fuck would I want a turkey sandwich with 2 pieces of weed bread? Like, why would I want that?
I was watching the guy.
That's ridiculous, right?
The guy Taylor Sheridan. He's basically like the white 50 Cent. So he is the creator, writer, producer of Yellowstone, the show with Kevin Costner or whatever like that. But I found out the other day there's a Taylor Sheridan universe. It's all these different shows. Some have shit to do with each other, some don't. So there's 1883, the show that predates Yellowstone. There's a new show with Sylvester Stallone called Tulsa King, whatever. So I was watching that this weekend. It's 2 episodes out so far, whatever. It's a good show. And in Oklahoma, the weed is like legal, whatever the case may be, but it's legal medical only right now, whatever. So the premise behind Tulsa King is a gangster gets out of jail after doing 25 years for a mob hit, whatever, kill a guy that he liked, he didn't want to kill. They said there's nothing here for you in New York. They send him to Tulsa, Oklahoma. You got to kick up $5,000 a week. This your whole territory. Do whatever the fuck you want with it. So Sylvester Stallone is the gangster. So he goes out there. Fucking day one, he gets off the plane, get a cabbie.
Old gangster.
Old gangster, super old.
Yo. Yeah.
So
Hey, Sylvester
Sly
Stallone.
get a cab driver, a young black kid, end up becoming his driver, whatever. He's like, yo, what's this right here? He's like, oh, this is a dispensary. They sell marijuana, blah, blah. So you already know what's about to happen. He goes in there and extorts the fucking guy from the dispensary. So the guy, he's like, you're going to give me 20% a week in exchange for protection from thugs. He said, nothing happens here. And from the police, this is legal. So he goes in, he takes the money. He's like, how much money you got in the safe? He was like, about 500,000. He takes the 100,000. He was like, that's really all you want to take? He's like, yeah, that's it. That's all I'm going to take. So that's first episode. Second episode, they go and he's like, I need to meet your plug or whatever like that. So they go to this weed farm out in the counties in Oklahoma, and he's eating this fucking like this apricot jam going crazy. And he's like, I just want to let you know that's infused. And he's like, fuck. Like,
Who is he?
Sylvester Stallone
okay.
pounding this shit. And he's like, I just want to let you know that that's infused. But it's like when you at a goddamn, like, you around weed people, assume that everything has weed in it. Everything is infused.
The one girl was like, they got infused wing sauce for buffalo wings. And I'm like, yo, I eat buffalo wings 12 at a time. I got to be a mess.
Be fried.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm cool off of that. The one girl had a gravity bong yesterday. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? I like just regular, standard backwoods.
I've had like 4 times in life when I hit the bong or hit the dab, and it ruined me. Like, your next day is over.
Yeah, I'm about to say next 2
You're depending on how hard you hit it, the next 3 days is canceled. Like, it's an unrecoverable high because it takes over your mind and your whole body.
Yeah, I'm good.
Down to your toes. There's nothing you can do. I remember I hit the bong with my man Kurt and shit. I left there and went to this girl house. This is probably like 4 years ago. I left there and went to this girl house. I'm talking to her, whatever, and just sucking in the car, whatever case may be. Freak shit, you know what I'm saying? She playing games. I leave. I get around the corner from where she lived, and I was like, I can't drive home. I need to take a nap. I pulled in a church parking lot and fell asleep at 2 a.m. and didn't wake up until 8:30 the next morning.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Fried off the bong. Then I had to drive home like Ace Ventura with my head out the window, trying to get some cold air on me so I could make it home. Because I'm still falling asleep even after I woke up.
I can remember coming home years ago after a bong hit, left my car running with the keys in the ignition. This is when you still had to put the keys.
Steal me.
Shit was running. I came out the next morning like, God damn, like, you know them Jones where you think you parked fucked up and you come outside and you like, oh shit, I made it.
I parked perfect, but you left the keys in the car with the car running. I remember the worst I ever got, and this was drinking. One of my birthday parties some years ago, I had a birthday party at Whisper on a Sunday night. I'm drinking whiskey. What you want to drink? Whiskey shots. I'm drinking every kind of whiskey. Fireball, trash. Jameson, okay.
I was at the supermarket the other day, the Acme.
Yeah.
They had a 10, the little drink, the little liquors.
Oh, the airplanes.
Yeah,
Airplane
they had
bar.
a 10-pack of Fireball in the Acme. I was like, how is this even for sale in the Acme? It was right next to the firecrackers and the sparklers. I was like, what the
They
fuck?
found that shit in the back.
Yeah,
Put it on sale. So I get so fried. I take my cousin home. He lived in the enclaves at the time. I drop him off,
used to
whatever.
live there.
I spin out there and say, yo, I'm going to go get some gas. You know what I'm saying? Drive home. All of that whiskey kicked in at the same time. I fall asleep with the car on, lights off, parked in front of the gas station. I never pulled up to the pump. I fall asleep with the car running, slumped in the car. I wake up, I'm out of gas. And I gotta put the car in neutral and push it back to the fucking pump to put gas in the car because I fell asleep at the pump at the gas station with the car running.
I told you, me and Ross coming from the casino. The nigga on Bartram Ave, I told you that shit. The nigga was falling asleep coming down Bartram Ave, and we coached him to the Wawa. Main man got out and took the gas pump out of the joint and tried to get in the car with it. I was like, yo, this nigga is fried. Ross, I mean, pull off. This nigga gonna blow something up. Pull off.
Like, oh, you a different type of high, my man.
Yeah, man. Oh, yo, this past week on Patreon, I got so many people who was hitting me up or reaching out to me. When you was reading Meek tweets, speaking in the Meek voice, motherfuckers like, yo, I didn't even peep how funny it was till you mentioned it. I'm like, dog, the shit was excellent.
Meek, I got more Meek tweets to read today, baby.
Meek had
but wait,
Meek tweet today
more.
about Thanksgiving might be the craziest tweet I ever seen, yo.
Thanksgiving.
I got a notification from Dad's Piff. Flamers just dropped.
Thanksgiving fake. ... It's 4.
Well, no,
keep in mind, it's 4
it was
dots.
the question.
Yeah.
The question was Meek, because he was doing the Ask Meek
Yeah.
series. The question was Meek.
You asked the question, I'm gonna answer.
Right. The question was Meek, how are you gonna spend your Thanksgiving? And his response was
Thanksgiving fate. ... 4 dots. The Pilgrims killed the Indians. I still remember them books from school. Horrible. I got Indian friends. My family might link up. Exclamation point.
I told Black, it's like Rick James. It's like, yo, you remember putting your feet on Eddie Couch? Come on, what I look like putting my feet on Eddie Couch? Come on, I got a little more sense than that. Yeah, I remember putting my feet on Eddie Couch.
Of course I remember. Fucking.
That nigga said, man, what they did to them Indians was horrible, man. I got Indian friends. Yeah, my family
They might
getting
link
together,
up.
though. You know what I'm saying? They got some little collard greens and shit.
Our family might link up is hilarious, man.
Meek is a funny dude, man.
Unintentionally. So yeah, I guess Flamers 5 is coming out today on
Dropped 30 seconds ago.
Did it just drop?
On that piff.
on Dat Piff.
No, it didn't.
Flamers 5 by Meek Mill, available now.
No, seriously, it really, like,
It's on Dat
Flamers
Piff.
5 by Meek Mill, available now.
no, I can't see that. Is that really what it says?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I didn't even know Dat Piff was really, we was, like, joking.
No, it's back. Dat Piff back, baby.
Dat Piff.
That Piff been putting out last couple mixtapes. He's been on there.
The thing is, and we talked about this on Patreon, right? The thing is, like, when you doing these app only exclusives, whatever the case may be, for Dat Piff or my mixtapes or whatever, there's a certain ceiling to the economy of the money you can make because these sites survive off of ad rev. I would imagine that Piff's ad rev is probably at the floor. Like, it's probably not that much traffic coming through Dat Piff in 2022 with all of these goddamn streaming sites and how prominent streaming is and everything like that. So it's just interesting to see, like, he went that route just to, like,
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I just
evade.
went to datpiff.com. It's not even a website. You got to go to the app, and I'm not downloading the app. I don't care that much.
Yeah.
That fast, you got somebody who's not listening to this.
Yeah, in the words of my man, I'm not downloading the DC player in order to get this mixtape. Like, I'll hear it when I hear it.
He said we should put this shit on Eventbrite, nigga. Like that was hilarious, man. The what was I about to say? Oh, you want to talk about the show? Where we at for the show?
We are 40% sold out for the show.
Okay.
I should cut the sound on. We are officially 40% sold out for the show. All the VIPs, all the reserve tickets are sold out. Anybody that's dragging your feet about sponsorship, you got 48 hours to get your sponsorship commitments in, and then we're going to shut that down and then go full blast next Thursday with all of our marketing stuff. Shout out to our big sponsor, 14th and Market, for coming on board as a presenting line sponsor for this event. We're going to be doing some dope integrations with them at the event, some dope stuff as far as like our billboards and all of that stuff, crazy sponsor wall, commercials, like a bunch of different stuff that we're going to be doing, as far as the actual integration of the event. I was out pretty much all weekend, man. Every time I bumped into somebody, yo, what's up with the show, this and this, can I get a VIP ticket? The answer is no. Buy a general admission ticket. There's plenty of them.
I had so many people that have hit me for and I told you at this point with Philadelphia, I'm ready to just do, if we doing 500 seats,
500 VIP. You all VIP.
Because it
Is
just,
you sure this seat up here behind the refrigerator is VIP? Yeah, it's all VIP, man. It's like if y'all want to pay more,
Take this one out the fridge.
if y'all want to pay more, I'll just take your money. Like it's fine because like we segmented this in a very intentional way in order to basically get people involved at every level. Newer people that's like, these niggas cool. I'll check them out. I don't know if I want to pay $75. You got them. Then the other people that's like, oh yeah, I don't need the merch or whatever. I'll just take a reserved seat, blah, blah, blah. I'll pay for the rest of my shit. You got that price point. Then you got the VIP people. Those are like the proud to pay people, the people that come to the private shows and all that, pay $100 and stuff like that and really understand the overall ethic of this thing. So it's like based on the based on the setup and how many people came to the last private show, that's how we based the VIP structure for this one. So we're going to do 100. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do 100, drop the price down, whatever. Because last time, I don't know if y'all remember, because it's y'all, the 85 was like pulling teeth. It was like 85. Like,
just to get there and have people like, man, all of this for 80, y'all could have charged 200.
Could have charged a deuce.
And we like, yes, we know. Yes, clearly.
So yeah, the show is doing tremendous. Like I said, 100% sold out on VIP, 100% sold out on reserve tickets. We do still have the ultimate VIP section available for like $3,000. Y'all can hit me up if y'all want to do bottle service, the whole nine and all of that. Powered by Hennessy and Moet, of course. Yeah, other than that, man, I think we're pretty much raring to go. Go to trpe6.eventbrite.com. Get y'all tickets, trpe6.eventbrite.com. Get y'all tickets for that. A lot of surprises, exclusive merch drops for this event. Yeah, I mean, we got a ton of stuff that's going to be happening in and around this show, leading up to the show, stuff like that. I think one of our sponsors that we thought was off is back on. I don't know what's going on with that.
We'll have the full details after the show.
Yeah, because that's some Dan shit.
Yeah,
clearly.
that's a Dan play right there, whatever the case may be. But yeah, overall, man, thank y'all so much. The response to all of this has been tremendous. To be able to sell out all the VIP and all of the reserved seats in 2 weeks was crazy, to the point where now we're already like 40, 50 GA tickets in and stuff like that. It's going to be dope. So looking forward to seeing y'all Sunday, January 22nd. We, like I said, man, we've already, put all of the different plays in motion and all of that stuff. We know what the free gift is for the VIPs. We know, we got our merch designs done. Shout out Raj, man. He's been pumping out these designs like nobody's business, going absolutely crazy the last few weeks for us and for everything around TRPE, pumping all this different stuff out. Shout out to all our sponsors, SLX Studio, DJ MC Global, the Sandbox podcast, North to South podcast, One Fam Radio, 14th and Market, L&W Interior Concepts, Dre Lane, Lane's Carpet Cleaning, like everybody, all of these different people, NGTV, all the different people that's involved in powering and empowering this event. We appreciate y'all. And with that in mind, we might as well go ahead and get into our first spot of the day, which is the Sandbox Live. This Saturday, November 26th, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m., Sandbox Podcast Live. We're going to be at INR Studios, 1440 Conchester Highway in Garnett Valley, PA, right off of 322. Probably roughly about 15 minutes from the airport corridor, about 30 minutes from West Philly, so forth and so on. I've been to the complex. It's a really dope setup, whatever way they got. It's like a multimedia space. They got event space, event room, and all of that over there, so it's gonna be cool. $30 ticket, you get food included. Like I said last week, they better than me, because I don't know if I would have fed y'all for the 30 ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They found a way to make a way. Make sure y'all go to the Sandbox podcast and get y'all tickets. Follow them on IG, the Sandbox Network. Hit the link in their bio. Go grab y'all tickets now for their live podcast this Saturday, November 26th, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. INR Studios, 1440 Conchester Highway, Garnett Valley, PA. I know people just can I swear, people just be bored, man. Like, at home and at work, just bored, just doing shit. Like, you got all the furniture you need in your crib, and you sending me more furniture like, yo, should I get this? No, you shouldn't. And you should leave me alone. But that's a whole nother story. All right, so we got all of that administrative stuff out of the way, man. I think we should start with music.
We have to.
Grammy nominations are out.
I'm thoroughly disgusted.
Really?
Yeah. I always am. And
I thought they did a little better this year. I ain't gonna hold you.
No. When you really, really look through it, it's like you and me are in the culture. Mm-hmm. We're part of the culture.
Yeah, entrenched in it.
Yeah. So when it comes down to like moving things forward and like not trying to be funny, Rick Ross said it on Gold Roses. I'll probably never win a Grammy. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
He is nominated for a Grammy this year on a song that I just, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I look at album of the year, song of the year, record of the year, all of these different things, it's never what actually is like, you know what I mean?
What's impacting? I get what you're saying.
We Paid did not win a Grammy. And I'm still trying to figure out how.
Yeah, it was literally the 2020 anthem.
It was literally the song.
It was the number one. It was We Paid was so impressive. It was a song that was released as a bonus to Lil Baby's My Turn album on the deluxe or whatever the case may be. The shit ended up being the number one song on radio for like 6 months, 8 months post release. That's how much of a slow cooker that was, to where it impacted the streets, the internet, and then radio, and then took over radio for 6 months after 8 months after it was already out.
Right.
Like an amazing record. And it's like, yeah, I think to that point, you're absolutely right. As far as like the actual representation in the nominees of the songs and the artists that are actually moving and shaking shit that the people are resonating with. But I do feel like they did a little bit of a better job this year on the diversity front as far as giving Bad Bunny a nomination for Album of the Year. I saw some record. They expanded the pool for Record of the Year to like 10 records. I think Album of the Year got expanded to 10 records also, which is like just in that vein itself, you find yourself in a position where it's like, all right, you got 40% more nominees or whatever that are being represented there that at least widens the field, even if they don't get it right this year, but going forward to say, we can't just narrow this down to only, 6 projects or whatever across 60 different music genres or whatever the case may be. So do you want to cover, I guess, all the big categories and then the stuff that we care about? So Record of the Year. Like I said, you got expanded to 10 nominees. You got ABBA, Don't Shut Me Down. Never heard that record a day in my life. Adele, Easy on Me. Beyonce, Break My Soul. #1 record. Brandy Carlisle featuring Lucius, You and Me on the Rock. Doja Cat, Woman. Harry Styles, As It Was. Monster record was #1 for like 10 weeks or something like that. Kendrick Lamar, The Heart Part 5. Lizzo, About Damn Time. Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous. And Steve Lacy, Bad Habit, which was a #1 for like 4 or 5 weeks. What do you think of these Record of the Year nominees?
I'm gonna be honest. Maybe the Beyonce Break My Soul, John. You know what I'm saying? As far as like what actually I know I've heard a lot of. Me personally, I look at it and I'm just like, yo, Jack Harlow got 3 songs that was played more than most of the shit on that list.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just, that's reality. That's what it was. Like, Churchill Down, they shot the video for it at the goddamn race.
Yeah, at
the goddamn Churchill Downs race. And it's like, again, that for me, it just, I don't know what the fuck the Grammys be looking for half the time.
Well, I know people that are part of the Grammy council for different chapters and stuff like that. I actually know like one of the guys that's like a president or whatever the case may be. And it's a pretty diverse array of people that are involved in the Recording Academy, but it still seems like when you get down to the final results of it, it's always like the same pool where it's like 70 to 90% white mainstream pop artists or whatever the case may be, or some whimsical shit you've never even heard of is getting like, nominees. And I try to, nominations rather, and I try to keep myself abreast of stuff, even if it doesn't directly impact me culturally on a day-to-day basis. I still try to keep myself aware of that, of something that's kicking ass. Like, Olivia Rodrigo isn't necessarily for me, but when she was kicking ass last year and the year before, I knew
BTS
what she was doing.
Ass.
Be kicking
Harry
ass.
Styles be kicking ass.
Yeah, but like this ABBA thing, like I don't know what this is. Brandy Carlisle, I don't know what that is. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it's like for people that digest as much content as we do to just totally just be like, I don't know what this is, that's kind of bad. And when it's our artists that make a great project like a Ty Dolla $ign with Free TC or something like that, that may not have necessarily dominated Billboard or whatever, you don't see them getting the Grammy nominations. No. They are artists that are, making great art, but not necessarily getting the publicity and all of that shit in the push. They don't get the benefit of that Grammy audience and all of that and the economy that's going to follow being able to, get nominated for these awards. So Album of the Year. ABBA, again, Voyage. Adele, 30. Bad Bunny, Verano, Senti, which is probably going to win. Beyonce, Renaissance. Brandy Carlisle, again, In These Silent Days. Coldplay, Music of the Spheres. Harry Styles, Harry's House. Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Lizzo, Special. Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous, Deluxe. I did not know that there was so much fanfare behind this Mary J. Blige album.
Got me.
I know she's touring right now. She's doing arenas as a headliner, touring or whatever. But, you know, that's a factor of back catalog plus our new album plus Monet Tejada. It's a combination of things to be able to, you know, route that tour the way that they're doing. So album of the year. My pick is going to be Bad Bunny. As far as like chart domination, crossing genres, crossing cultures, actual impact to the end user and people. Like I know people that have traveled all over the world to go to various like Bad Bunny concerts during this present cycle because it's an experience. And the fact that like he's literally breaking his own records every time he steps into these stadiums or whatever, because he's doing football stadiums, soccer stadiums. He broke the record at Soldier Field. He broke the record in Orlando. He broke the record in Miami. And he just did, I believe, Colombia the other day. My man Sean, you know Sean the creator. Sean went to that joint or whatever like that. I think he just did Colombia the other day. So like he's absolutely kicking ass. So if I had to pick, I'm gonna go with Bad Bunny to win album of the year, which would be crazy because he's the first Spanish music artist to ever be even nominated for album of the year. Don't know, don't care. All right.
My thing is, as far as I'm concerned, from our genre of music in the world, there have been 2 albums that have won album of the year. You know what they are?
No.
Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation,
Okay.
and Outkast, Love Box, Speaker Box, Love Below.
Okay.
And when I sit sometimes and think about rap albums, like when I think about All Eyes on Me, Life After Death, Reasonable Doubt, the Black Album, Illmatic, the Carter 2, the Carter 3, Nothing Was the Same, Take Care, Good Kid, Mad City, the documentary, Get Rich or Die Trying, The College Dropout, Teflon Don, Trap Music 101.
Yeah.
Like when I start thinking about albums where I mean like these albums not only like created like steel in the ground, I ain't going nowhere, I'm gonna be here for the rest of life, and it straight inspired like things like T.I.'s King album.
Yeah.
Or what's another one that's just right there? The Chronic. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doggy Style. None of this shit has, like, most of these joints don't even get nominated for album of the year.
I mean, yeah, most
Let
of
alone win.
them don't even get nominated for rap album of the year. They don't even crack the category.
You see what I'm saying?
You brung up Kendrick. You brung up Good Kid, Mad City, and to that point, they fucked him over so bad.
And that's where I was going with this.
They fucked him over so bad.
I personally, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers shouldn't even be nominated. But
you know what's crazy? It's gonna win. It's gonna sweep the rap category.
That's the crazy part. It shouldn't even be nominated. But because we did Kendrick so dirty with the Macklemore shit, whatever, how did Pimp a Butterfly get nominated? Like, it's never going to stop.
It's never going to stop. He has a career mulligan at the Grammys.
And that, to me, is just like, for what?
And what's fucked up about it is, and I like some of the songs on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. In 95, in Rich Spirit, for 2 out of the 5 or whatever that I like. But there, as much as, and I love those records, but as much as I love them, it does not create an rap album of the year or an album of the year. And to your point, because they fucked up, like historically fucked up, and literally had egg on their face from the second they said Macklemore, from the second they said Macklemore, they had egg on their face. They're going to give him a career mulligan, and every time he's in the field, just go ahead and just sweep any other participating artist, no matter how great their art is. To your larger point, to kind of play devil's advocate, of all of those albums that you named, how many of them crossed the rap line, the genre line of rap music into the larger sphere of music and had a greater, larger impact to where the Grammys or the AMAs or whatever had to acknowledge those albums? I would say, like, definitely Doggy Style, definitely The Chronic. pretty much all the Outkast albums or whatever like that. But it's almost like you get to a point where with rap artists, they want you to do some genre bending shit in order to just acknowledge you as a rap artist. But let alone the larger.
But here goes the crazy part. Biggie did that with Life After Death.
Yeah,
and Biggie did not get that. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z did that with the Black Album. Think about it. They even came back with the Black Album and did a Collision Course album with Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Jay-Z didn't get that.
Right.
And it's just like, yo, at the end of the day, these albums that we talk about, like, not trying to be funny. Look at it this year. You got Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Me personally, I think Future's album did more.
Yeah, for sure.
You understand what I'm saying? He had a #1 record. He had songs that were just going and going and going off the charts. And I sit and I look at it like even the DJ Khaled joint where it's like, that's not album of the year material.
But it has that Jay-Z thing that cut across culture. It's like they're looking for like moments or whatever, or some sort of like viral thing attached to something in order to give it like the credit or recognize it or whatever in their academy or whatever. It's kind of strange the way,
but
like,
me personally,
because the criteria changes so much.
Like I said it on here, I think Jay verse on God Did was really, really good, and we was all hype about it or whatever. But it's not a better verse than Neck and Wrist.
For sure.
So
Neck and Wrist is nominated for nothing.
You see what I'm saying? But Push is nominated for Best Rap Album.
Yeah.
Why? When you got that on there, with Rock and Roll with Kanye and with what's the John? Annoyed because this bitch calling Lon Von Lanvin. Like, it's Jones like that.
Oh, Dreaming of the Past.
Dreaming of the Past and all these different records. And it moves too much for me. And it just, at the end of the day, I kind of just always look at it from a standpoint of like, we never really gonna get the right just due in these situations. Even down to, look at how much shit Lil Nas X had to go through to just have his country song
in the country category
get accepted as a country song. You know who's nominated for a rock Grammy this year? No. Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly literally, like Justin Timberlake, I'm going to do rap for 5-6 years. Oh, they off that? I'm going to go do rock. No one trips because it's like, oh, yeah, this is what you do. Okay, yeah, you nominated for a rock Grammy. Justin Timberlake toggled that line back and forth where it's like, I'm doing R&B music till I don't want to do it. Then I go do a country album, nominated for a country Grammy. And no one black can do these things.
Well, to MGK's credit, he went and got the biggest and best people in rock music to create his rock album.
I'm not saying that it shouldn't be nominated.
Yeah.
I'm saying more so the fact that he can do it and it's not even a thing. It's not even a...
Well, he has a complexion for the protection.
You see, that's what I'm saying. Like Paul Mooney said it. He was like, Justin Timberlake, he was like, I never trusted him from the Mickey Mouse shit. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, I always knew he was a double agent. But it's like Justin Timberlake was black till it wasn't fucking good.
Yeah, like Paul Mooney said, everybody want to be a nigga, nobody want to be a nigga.
He's like, when they asked Justin Timberlake about that titty coming out, he said, I was appalled. I said, I knew this motherfucker couldn't be trusted.
Like, you pulled the titty out.
Yo, real talk. So it's like, I just sit and I look at it sometimes where I'm like, yo, I'm going to just keep it a buck. Jimmy Cooks is a better record than most of the shit that's nominated for best rap song.
Yeah.
It just is. Like,
well, let's look at the rap categories.
I can run them off to you. I got them saved in the gym.
And we got three urban artists in for the best new artist category.
Best melodic rap performance. DJ Khaled and SZA, Beautiful. Future, Drake and Tim's Wait For You. Jack Harlow, First Class. Kendrick and Blast, Amanda. And Amanda Reefer, Die Hard. And Lotto, Big Energy.
So we're between Tim's and this going.
I think that the joint with Tim's is probably gonna, that would have to be it.
First Class.
Wait For You was just.
Wait For You is too big of a record.
It's too big of a record. The Lotto. Can we do this? Can you hit the spooky button for me? The Grammys have literally and I get it. Nicki Minaj is weird.
She's a detestable person.
She's a weird person, but she was making sense this week, and she has a point.
She made sense weeks ago when she brought the shit up.
She has a point.
Yeah.
She has a valid fucking point. And I think that the higher up sort of people at the helm, if you will, have just decided, because I personally think every woman's gonna get a Grammy now after her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Glorilla's nominated for a Grammy, and I like Glorilla. I like her whole little setup.
She sold her tour out.
Yeah, in a day.
15 dates in a day.
Like, but Nicki is Little Richard. She's the architect. Yeah. She's the creator, the architect, the innovator, the all of that shit. And it's like, yo, Nicki had a humongous record this year, but y'all won't give her that same acknowledgement in that category. You'll be like, oh no, you pop.
Right.
But why not? Why am I not nominated for a pop Grammy then?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, and Lotto literally said her song was pop, and it's nominated in the hip hop category.
Like Lotto literally said the shit.
Yeah, I did my pop record. Now I can focus on my rap shit. Literally said it out of her mouth.
And that's what Nicki was like. I don't understand how
this is a DJ Academics moment. It is better to be liked than to be right.
Yep.
We don't like you. You make all the sense in the world. You are one of the greatest female artists across genres in the history of this thing. You rap, you sing, you fucking make huge pop records, you make huge rap records, you fucking smoke Jay-Z on Monster, all of this shit. We don't like you. So we're going to do whatever we can and move the goalposts back, forth, up, down. We'll knock the motherfucker down. Rather than give you your validation, because if you win one Grammy, it substantiates your whole 15-year run. So we're not going to give you that because we don't like you and because you're a fucking asshole. And you curse us out every fucking year. So based off of the fact that you curse us out every year, we don't have to nominate you or recognize you. We'll just act like it didn't happen. And it's fucked up that it's happening because people are going to look back at the end of her career when she's 200 Billboard top 100s in and all these number one albums and all this. And I'm like, damn, how she ain't get a Grammy? It's going to be that sort of fucking thing. And I don't see Nicki having a twilight of her career like Nas where they can right this wrong. It's, when her shit is over, it's just going to be over because her content is so like kind of childish to where it's just like, all right, like what are you going to do in your later years? You're not going to make the miseducation of Onika Mirage. Yeah. So what are you going to do for them to in the art sense to be able to present to the Academy for them to right their wrong? There is nothing. So you're just going to end up with this immaculate career and no Grammy.
That's kind of why as much as I don't think God Did should win, I kind of want to see it win Song of the Year or something just because Rick Ross would finally get a Grammy. Yeah. And I look at Rick Ross, who the Miami infusion of music, it don't happen without two people. Rick Ross and DJ Khaled. Mm-hmm. And that's just reality. Yeah. Like, we love all these other cash flows and T-Pains, and T-Pain was T-Pain. But when Miami became it, Rick Ross was like the anchor.
And when Miami became it, Florida became it. It expanded past just, Miami. Because it gave Plaza voice. It gave fucking JT Money a second win. It gave Trick Daddy a second win. Everybody fucking ate off of that shit.
Shit, Birdman and Wayne got some of that Miami, like real talk, because of Khaled. And, I look at it like Rick Ross again. Teflon Don. Fucking, what was the joint with Valley of Death?
Deeper Than Rap.
Deeper Than Rap. Trilla. Like, Rick Ross had a run that was out of this fucking world. Never any of these joints. Yeah. We literally have gone on record of saying him and Drake together are just unstoppable. Like, they got 10 tracks together where it's just like, if they did an album together, fuck Drake and 21 or Drake and Future or
Ain't it crazy how the Drake and 21 just jumped over the Drake and Ross album that everybody asked for?
If you could get one collab album.
And it sold more than What a Time to Be Alive.
Right. If you could get one collab album, Drake and Ross, Drake and Wayne, Drake and Hove. I still want the Drake and Wayne album. That's the crazy part.
I want the Drake and Wayne album. Because it's something about rapping with Drake that brings the best out of Wayne.
Bruh.
He don't miss.
Nope.
When he go, Drake, Aubrey's on the song. All right, watch this. He don't miss. I still want the Drake and Wayne album.
Yeah, I would take Drake and Wayne. The Drake and Ross joint I'd like, but I want Drake and Wayne.
I want the Drake and Wayne album. Yeah. Even 40-year-old Wayne and 36-year-old Drake, I still want the album. Yeah.
Did you see Wayne's new Minions, his cipher they had?
No, they had a cipher?
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
I saw the Rock Nation cipher.
The white boy flamed it at the end when he got a little white boy.
Oh, young white boy?
Yeah, he was all that. But the rest
was
of
Euro there?
I don't know any of the
Yeah,
names.
light skinned nigga kind of looked like he could be my brother.
Yeah, he was the first one.
Yeah.
People was like, yo, he used to be nice. What happened?
Yeah, he's from like Bridgeport, Connecticut or whatever. Wayne just like found him and just put him on the tour bus. Like, oh, you coming with me? You can rap pretty good. But yeah, Wayne has a whole distro deal at Universal at Republic for Young Money and like no artist that anybody cares about.
Yeah.
Just put out Carters. Just put another Carter out, dog. And then he does Carters and don't put these niggas on these albums, which is kind of like counterproductive or whatever like that. But whatever. I'm sure Wayne will find his footing as a CEO.
What do you got in best rap album?
What's the nominees?
Khaled, God Did, I Never Liked You, Future, Jack Harlow, Come Home, The Kids Miss You, Kendrick Lamar, Steppers, and Pusha T. It's almost
If I was handicapping, Kendrick Lamar is the favorite.
right.
Kendrick Lamar is the favorite. Future is the dark horse, even though he should be the favorite. Jack Harlow album is terrible. It was awful. Outside of the songs all the good songs he released, we heard them.
I'm gonna keep
seen them.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, and I y'all gonna get mad at me. I think the best album on this joint is Pusha T.
The best album is Pusha T's album.
It's Pusha T. It's Almost Dry. Future album did more.
Yes.
Kendrick is Kendrick. Jack Harlow is white.
If they give this award to Jack
Harlow is white, and he got that little Ice Spice fro. And
if they give this, niggas will throw shit on stage if Jack Harlow win this shit, dog.
It wouldn't shock me to
And we
see
like Jack. And
because
niggas are still right.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Jack Harlow got 2 monster records that all these people know. You couldn't escape First Class, and you couldn't escape Churchill Downs. And the fact that he got like a meal, like the Jack Harlow
the
meal.
McDonald's meal.
No, he's with KFC.
Oh, KFC.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if I was handicapping, I think that Kendrick is the favorite. Future is the dark horse. Pusha is who should win. And Khaled is like the wild. Like if Khaled won, I wouldn't be surprised. If Future wins, somehow finds Future or Push find a way to win this shit, I would be surprised. Because either way, I think y'all got it right. If y'all give it to either one of them. Those are the only 2 legitimate answers. But Kendrick is going to win this award.
You think so?
Yes. He has a lifetime pass. Yeah. They gave his award to Macklemore. Yeah. Macklemore like sell coats or some shit now. Like they gave this.
No, Macklemore's still a huge artist.
Probably touring and shit.
Yeah. Just not to us.
Yeah, we don't care. Let me tell you something.
But in Seattle,
the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, Macklemore gonna throw that first pitch out at the Mariners game. Like real shit.
Yeah, I just think, man, Kendrick, it's looking like they're gearing up to give it to Kendrick, man. He just had the SNL performance, and like I'm just looking at all the different stuff. He just released a video for Rich Spirit and shit like that, and I'm just like, yo, I know all of this shit was done already. Like, and it's just the timing of it because it's Grammy season where they start fucking giving out awards and all that shit. Now niggas want to start getting active again and start dropping content and all of this whole shit to make it seem like they didn't abandon a project. So I'm looking at it like Kendrick is going to win this shit. But I want to see Push or Future win it.
Best rap performance. You got God Did again, Hove, John Legend, Rick Ross, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, everybody. Doja Cat, Vegas.
I haven't even heard that song, and I love Doja Cat.
I ain't gonna hold you. I never heard it. Maybe I did hear it and just
love
don't know
Doja
the
Cat
name.
and never heard it.
Pushin' P. I was very happy to see that.
Very happy to see that. Very very
Glorilla, FNF, and Kendrick Lamar, The Heart, Part 5.
Read the first 2 again.
God Did in Vegas.
All right.
This is my problem with this shit. The only song on this list, if we being technical, that deserves to be on this list, like for best rap performance, if we being technical, the only joint on here that deserves it is Pushin' P. I'm sorry. Yeah. And I like Glorilla. That song is not best rap performance worthy.
It's a song we like.
It's just a song that we like. But that, when you talk about best rap performance, what God did, that deserves to be on.
Yeah.
Rap performance, where it's like, what was said on this song that is going to be like memorable or remembered? Not necessarily the hook or the beat, but rap performance. And like God Did, Pushin' P, Jimmy Cooks, Push, Neck and Wrist. It's like that type of shit where it's like that Jay-Z line, that the phase I'm on, love, that's gonna be around for a long fucking time.
Indeed.
A long fucking time. Pushing P or God Did should win that. But the way the world is working right now, it's gonna be Doja Cat or Glorilla. It's just where we are right now.
There's so much symbolism and backline thought and stuff that goes into things that's supposed to be straightforward analysis or whatever the case may be. Like, this is the best song, we all voted for, it won. They could have these meetings where this is the best song, we voted for it, and somebody's like, but what about women representation? And then it just throws the whole fucking shit out of whack or whatever the case may be. And now we back to scratch where it's like we got to reevaluate.
And I literally shout out Ro. I told Ro from my job recently, had a video. He's like, I don't understand this fuck nigga free. I'm like, that shit go hard. Yeah. Like, that's a banger. We not denying that. But when we talk about best rap performance, it's like not over God Did or Pushing P. And it's a lot of songs to me that aren't on this. Where I'm just like, I feel like that might have been a better choice for best rap performance. And that's how I just know we might not be as connected as we think when it comes to these different award situations.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? So,
what was the other rap categories? Well, we had best R&B album, Chris Brown, Breezy.
I can't tell you any of that.
Lucky Day, Candy Drip, Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous Deluxe, PJ Morton, Watch the Sun, and Robert Glasper, Black Radio 3. So Beyonce's album is not nominated in best R&B.
Because it's a dance album.
It's a dance album, right. Chris Brown, Breezy should win.
That's the only album I heard.
It's one of the 4 or 5 best albums across genres that came out this year, where you can go into track 17, 18, 19, and the shit is still as good as it was 1 through 10. So Chris Brown should win. They probably gonna give it to Mary J. Blige or Lucky Day. Best R&B song: Beyonce, Cuff It, Jasmine Sullivan, Hurt Me So Good, Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous, Money Long, Hours and Hours, PJ Morton, Please Don't Walk Away. I would like to see Money Long win this award, but she's probably not. It's probably going to go to B, Jazz, or Mary J. Blige. If I was handicapping, I don't know what to pick, but yeah. Best Progressive R&B album: Corey Henry, Operation Funk, Moonchild, Starfruit, Steve Lacy, Gemini Rights, Tank and the Bangers, Red Balloon, Terrace Martin, Drones. Only people I've heard of on this list are Terrace Martin and Steve Lacy. Steve Lacy had a #1 record. He's probably going to win that category. Best R&B performance: Beyonce, Virgo's Groove, Jasmine Sullivan, Hurt Me So Good, Lucky Day, Over, Mary J. Blige featuring Anderson .Paak, Here With Me, Money Long, Hours and Hours. Mary J. Blige cleaned the fuck up on these nominations, man. Jeez Louise. I don't know about that one. Best rap song, album, country performance. Yeah, I don't care about none of the rest of this stuff.
Boy Wonder got nominated for Producer of the Year.
Oh, really?
I seen that the other day.
Damn, that's what's up. Congrats to Boy Wonder, man.
Yeah. I don't know what he produced.
Yeah. He did a bunch of songs on he did like 4 songs on Drake and 21 album.
Yeah, I know that, but that just came out.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that to say he's been busy. He's been working more than usual. Because, like, you get a Drake album, you normally get like 1 or 2 Boy Wonder joints or whatever. And it might be your 1 or 2 favorites, but it's only 1 or 2. And then 40 and whoever else did the
I
fucking
ain't gonna
rest.
hold you. Yachty did his thing on that.
Yachty went crazy.
He did Pussy in Millions, right?
Yeah.
And he did Back Outside Boys.
Yeah, Tay Keith did 4 Jones too.
Yeah.
And he's like, I intentionally took my tags off, shit like that. Like, I'm trying to get into a different realm, different space. Tay Keith is fire. And Tay Keith produced Jimmy Cooks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he produced Jimmy Cooks. My Y'all Weird of the Week, I haven't done a Y'all Weird in a while. The American Music Awards canceled Chris Brown's Michael Jackson tribute, then gave him R&B Artist of the Year. The reasoning behind why they canceled his MJ tribute is, again, optics. They said that once they initially signed up for it and they start telling people we're doing this, they didn't like the optics of a convicted domestic abuser giving a tribute to an accused child molester. This is the world that we live in, ladies and gentlemen.
Who said this?
The people from the American Music Awards.
Let me get comfortable. The world we exist in is fucking weird.
I hate it.
Shit, man. I just. Whatever happened to like if you ain't found guilty, you innocent.
That shit is over with.
Ain't that crazy?
You get charged with something, that shit go on your jacket forever.
Yeah, you're guilty. They said you did it, you did it.
So they be cool with a Michael Jackson tribute if it was someone else? Or would they be cool with Chris Brown doing a tribute to somebody that isn't Michael Jackson?
I guess it was the combination of the two was too fucked up. Here's the thing. At some point, we got to acknowledge and accept that Chris Brown, and along with Usher, is the greatest living male R&B artist. It is what it is. You may not like him. Yes, he went upside Rihanna's head and all of that. There's a backstory to that I've been told by people in the industry that I'm not going to repeat on here that would change everybody's viewpoint.
Chris Brown said it when he did the interview. He's like, dog. He never. The craziest part is Chris Brown never shied away from it. He never was like, no, that didn't happen. He's like, no, we was fighting. She went tried to go through my phone. She threw the phone at me. Like
I heard it was crazier than that.
I'm just saying, like the goings on. Like,
yeah.
End of the day, like, let's just keep it a buck. You ever been swung on by a chick?
Yep.
You ever been swung on by a chick? Yeah, I got punched right here in this
in the bridge.
You ever get punched right here?
They hit hard too.
Dog.
I've been punched right in the cheek. Shit don't feel good.
And you see when chicks be online making all these jokes and shit, like, you know, I go upside a nigga head with this right here and it's an iron. It's just like, yo, that like it. Am I advocating for it? No. But I know good and goddamn well when you a young man, you high on that there narcotic. Y'all both high on that there narcotic.
Several narcotics.
Shit, did you watch the Killer Stacy or whatever the fuck it is on Netflix? Mm-hmm. They both had roids in their system.
Yep. For years.
Raging.
Yeah, that shit was rock'em sock'em robots. Y'all was abusing each other.
Dog.
It wasn't one way abuse.
No.
Sometimes you wake up on a bender. Sometimes she woke up on a bender.
Yeah.
Called roid rage.
Yeah. My roids kicked in early today. You know, it just.
I'm whooping ass at breakfast.
Yeah. And Chris Brown never shied away from it. He's been completely apologetic since he's like, damn, I can't believe this shit happened like this. And
here's the thing though, based on the story that I was told, and I'll tell y'all all there, even with him taking, like, if he was to tell the alleged true story, it would change the way everybody looks at Rihanna, male and female. I guarantee it. Because it was that extreme what she did to him.
Yeah, apparently she like grabbed his nuts and all that crazy ass shit.
Worse than that.
Yeah, like it was supposed to be ridiculous. And the reality is this.
Over a text message.
The reality is this. Everybody be tripping except for her. Because she knows.
She won. She was, listen, and at some point, we got to acknowledge.
That's just real.
The fact that post-breakup and all of that, she was on the back of that jet ski having the time of her life with that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
So if that don't tell you something, that we missing some of the facts of the matter, I don't know what to tell y'all.
The reality for y'all is like, oh, that's the day I stopped fucking with Chris Brown, and you know that
wasn't the day she stopped.
Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
That wasn't the day she stopped.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. It was Tuesday, as far as they was concerned. But again, we be in these people business so fucking much that we think we know these people and all. Well, not we, but I'm being, I'm inclusive.
Yeah.
We think we know these people and we think we did. Remember when the whole shit happened with Jay-Z or allegedly with Beyonce? Motherfuckers had to go find who Becky with the good hair and all this. And it's just like, y'all need help. They live in a good ass life. They at the museum right now. Right. They at the museum right now. Yeah, this one gorgeous, ain't it, baby? Like, they not tripping over this shit.
People are just too invested in celebrity culture on the whole, man. And as far as like the cancel culture and the optic culture and all of that shit, it's like we've gone too far. People are not allowed to fuck up and then like repent and repent for their mistakes. Like,
reality is this: Michael Jackson was the fucking GOAT. He was the king of pop. That's what he was. There's no one I'd rather see do a Michael Jackson tribute than Chris Brown.
He's the only one.
He's the only one.
Like, if you trot motherfucking Bruno Mars Hawaiian Punch looking ass up there and I'm going to have a problem. Like, This is not what I signed up for.
Hawaiian Punch is crazy. Like,
You look like the logo for Hawaiian Punch.
Like, yeah, I don't want to see Bruno Mars. I don't want to see Lizzo. I don't want to see
The Weeknd,
No.
stiff ass dance moves. Like, I want to see somebody that's gonna go all out.
Weeknd up there looking like Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see this.
Looking like Shamar Moore in insert Tyler Perry movie
with a Tyler Perry fro. Like, yeah, I'm cool, man. I don't want to see that shit. I want to see Chris motherfucking Brown.
And the rehearsal was fire.
I hate Earth, man.
They scrapped that joint. So it's like, imagine on the same award show that you giving a nigga R&B Artist of the Year, you like, yeah, but we gonna table this. We gonna cut that one out. We can't do that one, big dog. And the thing is, Michael Jackson never was convicted of anything.
No.
He beat every charge outright, smoked him. Beat him so bad that even after this fucking last smear campaign documentary came out, motherfuckers got sued, number one. And then number two, the people that participated in it was like, yeah, our parents, man, like, Wade, whatever the fuck his name, and the other boy, like, yeah, our parents made us say that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It was like an easy check at that point to like just get money out of Mike.
I told you when that Jamie Foxx was like, when Michael Jackson was sitting there and Oprah was trying to like really, really make him out to be a villain, said Mike was looking at her like, what about your fat ass, Oprah?
What about your fat ass, Oprah?
Fucking Oprah. Yo, man, like, and then Oprah doubled back, you know, and did that.
Produced the documentary.
Yeah, like,
A documentary full of lies.
when you best friends with Harvey Weinstein, how the fuck does this happen?
Taking pussy left, right, up, and down.
Like, how does this happen? Like, we are our own worst enemy when it comes to being black.
For sure.
Seriously.
We hate each other.
We hate each other. And if we will let this shit go on and just be so, you know what I'm saying, it's just like,
Shit is wicked, man. But yeah, the AMAs, that was strange, man. You give them man R&B. You know, you're the greatest living R&B artist, at least for this year. Yeah. But we can't air this tribute. Like, there's somebody somewhere potentially maybe might get mad. Yeah. We can't do it. And it's just like, it's the 40th anniversary of Thriller. And JD said it the best. JD said, yo, if Chris Brown's tribute is canceled, that means that black music is under attack. And if Chris Brown is under attack and the tribute is canceled, that means MJ is canceled. Mm-hmm. Like, just by transitive property. So what y'all telling me is a man that was convicted of no crime, you could charge a motherfucker with anything. You could sue somebody for any reason. That don't mean that they did the shit. So not only that, but to go to court, be adjudicated, beat the shit outright, and still 20 years later, motherfuckers like, no, but I mean, I don't know how this gonna go over with the public. What do you mean? Yeah. Why do you care? Aside from that, man.
I listened to R. Kelly's his Essentials the other day.
Yeah.
It was I was listening to it and I'm just like, damn, Kel's got some good ass songs, man. You know, I
you know they saying Kels might come from up under this shit.
What you mean?
On a pill.
I don't believe that.
No, man, they said it's real, like, motion. Like, he might come from up under this shit. They saying that the Illinois case is falling apart, which is a Fed case. They saying that shit is falling apart. And if anybody that was, like, a witness for one case or another, the case that got him convicted, if they perjured themselves or whatever in this other case, he might come from up under this shit, yo.
I mean, did you see? I think it was JD and somebody else was talking about why R&B isn't like seen in the way it is, and it's like, yeah, well, I mean, the R&B people are gone.
Yeah,
you know, and the reality is this: R. Kelly was writing all them songs.
Yes,
like
the whole industry,
the whole genre. Like R&B stayed alive behind R. Kelly.
A nigga that can't read it right, writing for everybody is crazy.
Like he put the R in the R&B.
No bullshit.
He not bullshitting when he said that. You know, and it just, I don't know. Do you feel like separating the art from the artist is still a thing?
Hell no. That shit is out the window.
No, I'm saying, like, can you do it still?
I can do it, but it depends on what you did.
Okay.
Like, it depends on what you did. You know what I'm saying? But generally speaking, as far as the general public goes, or at least what they tell us, you can't. Like, that shit is, like, out the window. So where it's like an allegation just got MJ's tribute case.
But I just personally look at like Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis,
detestable people.
You know, Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Like Woody Allen's joint is like insane.
He adopted a chick.
He adopted a fucking young Asian girl.
Groomed her.
She got 18. He left his wife and married her.
Yeah, I've been waiting on this pussy for 7 years.
Yo. Paul Mooney said, most people I know grow their own vegetables. He was growing pussy. And the crowd was like, oh, he was like, don't owe me. He grew the pussy, not me. like, dog, like, but, and could you imagine if Barry Gordy would have did some shit like that? Or L.A. Reid or something? Right. They'd have came back and canceled the whole Def Jam.
The whole building.
They'd have took Run DMC hats.
Where else you worked?
They'd have took their hats.
Oh, you worked at Ariston too?
Yo.
Clive Davis, let me holler at you for a second.
All that shit is out. We canceling Whitney Houston. All that shit. So it's just, you know, at the end of the day, I just feel like when it comes down to black and white, I think there's a buffer that black people aren't given.
At all.
You know, we'll like even down to, like I said, R. Kelly is legitimately in jail. He's in jail right now behind his shit. Mm-hmm. His music is still available. Kanye West playlists, though, have been taken off of Apple. Yeah. And it's like, he's not convicted of nothing.
Meanwhile, Kanye pulled up at Complex Con. Niggas lost their shit.
Like I told y'all the other day, you think Kanye done if you want to. You're out of your fucking mind. I'm going to show up in these motherfucking Shidoshi flip-flops and get this shit cracking in here. You see he was walking around showing them all the Balenciaga shit he had? I'm like, yo, Kanye gonna really pop up with stores.
He took all they shit, just put Ye on it.
Yeah, took all they shit, put Yeezy on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this the Balenciaga right here. You know what I'm saying?
He said everything's $20.
Yeah, everything a dub. I got this shit for free. All this shit a dub. You know what I'm saying?
3,200 on stock.
Dog.
Go crazy over this shit.
And it's like the Kyrie shit where you starting to see it now where it's like they jumped out the window and like, oh, we canceling Kyrie. Kyrie done. And every nigga jumped out the window. Yeah, Kyrie out of his mind. He tripping. Then you start seeing it, the pullback. I don't know. Kyrie might have a point, though. Yeah. And then you realize it's like, he didn't even make a point.
He didn't do anything.
He didn't do shit. He didn't do shit.
He do the same shit I do. I send y'all memes all fucking day.
No.
He didn't do shit, didn't say shit.
Yeah,
and they suspended Kyrie. He came back yesterday.
Missing 8 games.
The Nation of Domination pulled up to the Barclays last night.
All purple. Royalty.
All purple.
Shut that shit down.
Did you see Kevin talk about Jaylen Brown with the tweet was like, I thought he was Q-Dog? Like, yo, and you seeing it now. We're so, like, the world is so, you say something, oh, I'm offended. Mm-hmm. What you offended about? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to figure it out. Give me a minute.
Give me a minute.
Let me get it together.
And 3-4 days go past and you still don't got an answer, then the world be like, all right, we gonna lay off that.
We'll give you a mulligan.
Yeah.
Well, what was the issue? We not sure.
Yeah. Don't do that shit again.
Black people don't understand long form. Niggas started making them little 1-minute clips of all the good shit. They like, oh, we tripped out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get all them good Kanye parts, all that shit start circulating. Them good Kyrie parts start circulating. Like,
yeah, niggas, that's a fucking amazing
real shit.
Niggas' attention spans are so fried.
It's 60 seconds.
They don't know what to get behind.
No.
Or what to be offended by.
60 seconds. And whatever you can get off in that 60, like Salmoski, I said it the other day, no one's clicking the link. They're going to watch that snippet. That's what Meek became the snippet king. Like, I'm going to put this snippet out, and that's what it's going to be. No one's going past that. No one's reading any information.
And on top of that, not only do we only have a 60-second attention span, I need you to put the words on the screen to tell me what it's about because I'm not even reading the caption.
Yeah.
Fuck your caption, nigga. You better put the words on the screen.
And they better move with you. Yeah.
You better get out my way so I can watch you.
Yeah.
We are fucking fried culturally, yo. They turned us into robots.
Yeah. Kanye said something the other day that was very poignant. He was like, I'm all about humanity because what the fuck did he say?
When he was walking with the guy when he was in the factory.
He said, my biggest thing is humanity because at the end of the day, God hasn't made anything. No product or device that has been made is more amazing than God making humans. And it's like, yeah, for as crazy as we think the iPhone is and the air fryer, right. Niggas love the air fryer. they're not a tenth as complex as the human body.
Not at all.
With a brain and neurons and all these different things. The human is the craziest thing ever built. Yep. But we don't view it like that anymore. You remember back in the day, there used to be this thing where you was young, what was smarter, a human or a computer? And we knew that it was a human because the human told the computer what to do. Mm-hmm. we're getting to the point now where computers, like if you peeped in like Black Panther 2, the smartest person in there is in the first Black Panther. The smartest person is Shuri, who's the scientist. But she's taking all the cues from the fucking computer.
Exactly.
And you heard the mom even said, "Is this shit even healthy?"
Yeah, is this going? I hope this don't kill us one day.
And you saw iRobot with Will Smith, where that was the whole play, where like the robot eventually tells you what to do because the three laws can be broken. And it's like, yo, if at that point where the computer is telling you what to do, are you the robot now?
Exactly.
And that's kind of where we're getting. That shit is scary when you really think about that. Because we take our cues from everything. We don't really sit and try to like create things anymore. And when you do that, they look at you like, oh, you nuts. You turn it into one of them abomatomically niggas.
Yeah. We bend, as people, we bend our content or our messaging and stuff like that around the algorithm.
Around the algorithm.
Instead of making the algorithm bend to us, we bend to it.
Mm-hmm. That's where we've gotten. Scary when you think about that.
Yeah.
Like literally the other day, Lee was like, "Did you see the new machine they got in the gym?" Because we both go to Power Bill. She was like, "Did you see the new machine they put in the gym?" I'm like, "No." She was like, "Yeah, it's over in the right side, whatever." I was like, "What is it?" She's like, "It's a new chest machine." I'm like, "I guess I just didn't even peep." We both went on our fucking Instagram. You know, you have the ads in between stories. That shit came up on both our Jones. Yeah. Never said the machine, what it's called. Literally, did you see the new chest machine?
Boop, right there.
Right there. That's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Man.
And you pay for that.
Scary.
You pay for the keywords on your website.
You see what I'm saying?
Traffic.
Shit is nuts. One day, I'm not joking. I didn't say it. I had the thought. I am not making this shit up. I'm like, I want to get a pair of New Balances. Like some regular, like some 990s or some 993s or whatever. Yeah. I didn't say it. I just had the thought. Like, I want to get some New Balances. Went on my John, sponsored ad on my John, New Balance 993s. I'm like,
looking at it like, that's odd.
I didn't say, I was dead silent. I just had the thought, like, I want some New Balances. Going to John, I seen that shit on my ads. I was like, what the fuck, yo?
The phone studies you. Like, when we was recording out Ben Sella, my phone would remind me, yo, 45 minutes to get there today.
Dog.
Yo, 45 minutes.
Dog.
Better leave now.
Dog.
I had a joint where it was like when I first moved to KOP, I would still be back and forth going to Roxborough every day at like around 9 o'clock. Almost time to go home.
Dog. I remember one day I had to be at work at, when did my run report? 6:46. I basically changed my first half. I took my first half off and I did a run. It was a midday. They reported a little later. Didn't say that shit. I just, I did it with Drew, whatever. And I got up, went to the gym, came the fuck back home. That John straight was like, yo, 38 minutes to get to work. And I'm like, how did it just randomly know that on this day I'm not going to work at my normal fucking time?
I'm tracking you, motherfucker.
Dog, that shit is nuts, man.
This is a tracking device. This is a fucking tracking device,
I got
man.
another one already made up. Yeah, because he didn't play with you today.
You stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's just scary all the way around when you sit and really think of it. And I just know for a fact, like, with y'all trying to cancel any and everybody, this shit ain't gonna work.
And here's the thing. Here's the most fucked up part about like cancel culture and shit like that, and like the Me Too, Time's Up part of it. There have been men that beat those allegations. That like had all of their ducks in a row, all of their shit was organized and all of that, and you don't hear nothing about that in the media. It's just like, oh yeah, we fucked up. On to the next predator.
Look at Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp beat that case, and the headlines was like, "Is this a blow for women's rights?" Like it's like, wait a minute, like this bitch was a terrorist. She shit in his bed, and they like, "Is this a blow for women's rights?" The Johnny Depp verdict, like. As if women are children and can't be held accountable for their actions.
She took a doo-doo in
his bed.
Yeah.
Know how sick of a person you gotta be?
Bruh.
To cock over somebody's bed and shit in it?
A straight doo-doo. Like,
leave you a steaming hot pile of shit before you come on. I'll show you, motherfucker. Talk back to me. Gotta throw the whole bed away. You can't flip the mattress. Somebody took a shit in your bed.
You saw Kyrie donated $65,000 to the girl Shanquilla Robinson that passed away. Let's talk about that for a quick second.
Yeah, for sure.
That's been a big one throughout like Earth.
It's like a current, like a black murder mystery right now.
Do you know the optics surrounding the whole entire case?
The whole thing is there was a group vacation.
Which is already a problem.
Terrible idea. Group
idea.
vacation, a bunch of friends, 20-somethings, early 20s.
I'm not going to hold you. Group vacations are cool if y'all not like, raggedy.
And
like,
plotting to kill someone.
like if y'all not like, I know who I can go on a group vacation with.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? Like me and you, we've done work. So I don't necessarily consider it vacation, but we've gone around and I just know certain things are going to be certain things.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep. We have similar sensibilities.
Yeah, I know going somewhere with Jules, like how I show up in Dubai and it's Rolls Royces waiting for me. Good job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gold star for Jules.
Yeah, gold star. Exactly. You get a star. He get a star. Steph get a star. Like everybody gets a star. I know I'm not about to be in no random bungalow. Me personally, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I don't fuck with the Airbnb shit.
No, at all.
I'm just like spooky button me.
Yeah, I've stayed in one Airbnb in my life, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing here?"
I'm not.
It's like a mini mansion on some gang shit.
Yeah, even that. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I got points. I'm going to the Waldorf.
And here's the thing: I love hotels.
I love them. I love hotels.
I'll randomly stay at a hotel
Dog.
in my home city where I have somewhere to live.
Jules be telling me I'm nuts. He be like, man, I go to the hotel by myself, put the robe on. I be fucking chilling. Decompressing. And it's like, yo, I just have a certain thing where it's like, one, I like room service 24 hours a day. I like somebody to bring me towels. Lee and them said they went to an Airbnb. The shit ain't even have towels. They had to like go buy towels and shit.
I stayed at what's it called? Air N&B, Air nigga and it was nothing. Like I had to do laundry. It was like, oh yeah, damn, it ain't no sheets on the bed. Shit. Look at the bottom of the closet. There should be some dirty sheets in there. Just put them. I'm just like, yo, what is this?
What is this?
Why don't you have fresh sheets for every person that stays here?
This is anything.
I'm paying a premium to be here, cuz.
Yeah.
This is a lot of money.
That's my first joint. I don't fuck with the staying in somebody's villa. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what people are on. You got fucking people that can set up hidden cameras, people that could set you up to fucking come rob you, all kinds of. You at somebody's house.
There was a thing in, I think it was in Dallas, where people that stayed at this one particular Airbnb kept getting robbed. The Fresh and Fit niggas stayed at this joint, got robbed, stole like a bunch of they like watches and clothes and shit like that. It's like because the Airbnb is under surveillance. Like because past niggas have stayed here and they like, oh, this joint nice. Oh, people that stay here gonna be having some bread. All right, bet. Now they're stalking out the goddamn Airbnb for people to rob.
Yeah, you on a random street away from shit. You know, like when you stay, like think about it. I stayed at St. Regis. Nigga, you on Fifth Ave.
Yeah.
Ain't too much plotting and going on, but when you go,
and if it is, you niggas going right to jail.
But imagine if somebody had an Airbnb down on Delaware Ave, right off of Front. It's like you on a block.
Yeah,
no shit around. No, like I'm cool. I don't do the Airbnb shit at all. What's our room number?
Yeah,
at the Waldorf. All right, cool. I don't fuck with the Airbnb shit. That's me. I'm cool. I don't want to stay in nobody's house. I don't want to come in your apartment. I don't want to come in your loft. I've seen shit where people go in the joint and it be like. It's shared with the joint next door. I'm cool, man. Like I'm.
It's like you in a hostel at that.
You in a hostel. I'm straight. I told you I know a girl who literally travels like to all these countries, and that's her thing. Like, oh, I've been to 65 countries while y'all not doing it, and it'd be like, sis, you go into these countries on the most meager of flights, and then you
flew in baggage claim,
and then you stay in these crazy ass fucking hostels, and it's just like. I told you, I see her, Joe. She was traveling up like the coast of Africa, going from one country to another, and she was on like a wooden boat. I said, bitch, are you with pirates? I seen that shit on her story. I said, yo, are you okay?
You with the niggas that boat jacked Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
You playing a lot of games.
You and Yasiel sitting right next to each other on the boat. I said, no way, no how, man.
No, sir, not
me. That don't look like Royal Caribbean. I ain't getting on that boat.
No, sir, not me.
But yeah, the crew of people, it was 6 of them, I believe. Gotta get real quiet when we do.
Coconut goals?
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I like these joints. They burn pretty well. But it was 6 of them that went to this villa in, was it Cabo, I believe?
Yeah, Cabo.
They went to Cabo. Apparently it happened as soon as they got there.
Immediately.
Like, my thing is this. And this is why I like, at times I want to believe in humanity and society, but it's just like,
believing in humanity is a hard game.
It's a hard game. That shit is harder than picking 2 locks. That shit is hard. I'm not betting my whole joint on that. What makes you want to like bring somebody there to kill them?
Yeah, it's almost like you lured her there. Either that or she was already taking the trip. Y'all found out about it, attached yourselves to it, and then
now I actually
watched
the live about the shit where the guy was talking, then I watched another video. This one girl, internet investigators, they will figure it all out.
Oh, in 18 hours.
Dog, she put it all together. The one guy, he didn't get there till the next day. So you almost give him the mulligan.
Okay, got it.
The 3 girls, y'all was on some bullshit from jump.
Yeah, so on the plane with it. Bonnets on, I'm sure. On the plane.
There's a video of them fighting in the joint.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it. I don't get into that shit. But there's a video of them fighting. Then the girl mysteriously was dead.
Yeah.
They called the mom and told her alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, the medics is here, this and this, but she
The
non-responsive.
boy who got there the next day said when he got there, the nurse had came. So I'm just like, how did this go into the next day?
Yeah.
And no medical person had been called until the next day.
Because they fucked up.
And that means that the body just was in there.
Yeah, they fucked up.
Figure it out.
Yeah, trying to figure it out. We need to get our shit together for Tone get here and figure this fuck out what we're going to say.
But they all told the mom a different story. So, of course, when they did the coroner's report, the coroner was like, well, she died from asphyxiation and a snapped spinal cord. Mm-hmm. This has nothing to do with alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
My thing is, how did y'all even let them leave?
It still was alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, at the time, they probably thought it was alcohol poisoning. They was on the plane. They was in the air. Yeah. Came back, left the body, the whole 9. Her family had to pay like $6,000 or some shit like that to get the body back. And then you got all these motherfuckers trying to get their story together and this, and they think this is nigga smarts. They think because it happened in a foreign nation that it's nothing that can be done to them, but it's like, nah. Like, you know, we're all part of, we have like the North American Trade Organization, NATO, and all this different stuff and relationships back and forth with, you know, with Canada and with Mexico. And at the end of the day, you can't just like kill somebody in Mexico, come back and think like it's all good, especially when you leave a trail of evidence that this is what happened. So what's going to end up happening is the Department of Justice is going to end up having, you know, pressure put on them by the family or whatever the case may be. They'll open up a probe. They look into this, what they find, blah, blah, blah. And if it looks substantial, they'll charge them here and then extradite them back to Mexico to serve their time in a Mexican prison, which, for those of you, and I know, you know, niggas that, you know, back in the day, Cancun, Memorial Day weekend, shit like that, getting in the fights, ending up in the drunk tank and all that shit in Mexico, that's hell. You don't want to go to a Mexican prison facility. That's the last thing, unless you're El Chapo, then it's vacation. Yeah. But if you are American or you from Europe or something like that, the last place you want to end up in jail is like Mexico or anywhere south of Mexico, Central America and all of that shit is inhumane conditions.
And they gonna get right down to it. They gonna look, all of y'all gonna get 50 years.
Unless you tell us what happened.
Unless you tell us what happened. Y'all gonna get 50.
It was her.
Oh, hold up. I hear this here. I just had the camera. This is what happened.
Yeah, they straight left her in that crib.
Insanity.
Like, I just...
Let's get the fuck out of here for people figure out what really happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alcohol poisoning, gonna pour a little Casamigos on her, so she smelled like she been drinking tequila for 2 days straight.
Because the whole thing is, if it's a group of us, if it's 4 of us, and we all getting drunk, and then I'm the only one that's like, this fucked up, that's suspicious. Period. Not even half of us got this fucked up. So at some point, other people tapped out, and I'm just the only one. I'm just drinking by myself at this point. Nah.
My thing is, even the guy, clearly the guy had to be filming the fight. The other guy. again, we're like idiots with these fucking phones. What the fuck are you even filming this shit for? Like, how did this video even get out?
Yeah, we're on vacation. What are we fighting about? And why are you filming it? You a man. At some point, right?
When you see the girl not fighting, but now if it's a rumble all out joint, you see him getting it in. All right, I'm gonna wait a minute, see where it goes.
Yeah, let them get this off their chest, then I'm gonna break it up. But any real man is not just sitting there letting you just rumble.
I haven't
for
watched the
hours
video.
and
From
hours
what
and
I've
hours.
heard, though, the girl didn't want to fight.
She didn't want to fight,
and they was telling her to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they was getting it in, and be like, all right, let them get their little couple minutes into their shit, break it up.
Yeah.
If you see the girl is not fighting at all, you break it up in the rip. All right, she don't want no smoke.
And at some point, men, we got to get back to being men and taking charge in these situations. I mean, like, yo, cool the fuck out.
I told you, I stopped the young girls from fighting across the street from my depot, and the boy was like, yo. I'm like, dog, they kids. Like, why the fuck is you letting... He like, yo, that's my little cousin. I'm like, so do you have any sense?
Yeah, nigga, you part of the problem.
Why the fuck you letting them fight? They was like 12 years old. Why the fuck you letting them fight? Stop this shit. And then I seen the whole families. I'm like, I'm out. Watch out. Back up. I'm getting out of here.
Boop, boop.
Yeah. Get out of here. But it's really a sad and tragic situation because it's like, yo, you 25, you got your little business going, you doing your thing. For you to go away to vacation and end up in this situation is just like, wait, what happened?
That's crazy.
And then everybody hit the mom with a different story.
Yep. Yeah, I'm putting cases on all you niggas. We gonna figure this shit out. Like, you don't get to kill my kid and then come to me with some cockamamie story and then that's just the end of it. We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
And my thing is, the girl who was fighting in the video, where is she at?
She didn't deactivated her socials. She went
You
zero dark 30.
You wanna know what's crazy is people think that deleting their socials is like, yeah, no, I'm gonna evade all charges when I delete my socials.
We have your last 94,000 locations from your socials. Like, we'll catch up to you.
Your name is on the goddamn docket for who stayed in the house.
Yeah, we have you already.
You're supposed to go from Mexico to Egypt.
Yeah.
That was it. You ain't had no other options.
Me personally, it pains me, and I can't believe that they set her up to kill her. I have a tough time believing.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I believe it was like whatever this beef is, probably over some nappy-headed nigga, whatever the case may be.
Over a sloppy nigga.
Some sloppy nigga that's sticking dick in everybody.
What do you say? This solemnly sloppy young boy, right?
Yeah, it's something to that effect, and it was a fight that just went too far, and somebody died. And the thing is, niggas never think about the consequences of their actions and the fact that somebody can die from a fight. It's called blunt force trauma.
Like, I'll be all the way honest with you, and this ain't me like talking shit or whatever. I'm afraid to hit somebody. No bullshit.
Yeah, you should.
Like I'm dead. Like I'm afraid to put.
You're in a powerlifting gym 5 to 6 times a week.
We need vice grips.
When I was putting the vice together, Dan was like, "Hey, can you not tighten them shits that goddamn hard? We need vice grips to get the fucking vice
straight up."
When you done. But dead ass, I'm afraid to like step in with my hip and like hook and like, you know how people like sucker punch people because you know people die from that type of shit.
For sure.
You see it all the time. I'm afraid to do that shit to somebody. Like because I know if I swing and hit somebody in the right spot and you fall down, there's a good chance that I might have to do the next 9 years in jail. At a minimum.
We got it like 2 years ago, and I don't think I've told anybody this. We got into a fight outside of Mirage.
Ooh.
Me and my young boy got into a fight with some niggas.
I thought you were saying me and you. I'm like, when I was
No.
high as shit.
No, me and my young boy got into a fight with some.
I'm sorry, bro.
The nigga was like, it was like a group of niggas, like 3 niggas. The one nigga was like super. Like,
I remember this.
He was like drunk, like super aggressive, and he was like, he came in on some. Oh no, I ain't paying. Move out the way, whatever. And it was like a thing where it's like we ended up having to be security because security wasn't securing the shit. We was like, yo, bro, like you can either pay or you can leave, whatever. But all the extra shit, like it's too much going on. It's a good vibe in here. Like, let's not do this. What, man, y'all niggas? All right, man, you gotta go. So the nigga end up getting tossed out. Security jumps in once they see the shit escalate, whatever. They put the nigga out. The nigga's outside, like, you know, Mirage is like all these glass windows. So he's outside the joint. Yo, bitch ass nigga, I'll fuck y'all niggas up, pussy ass nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Yeah, bitch ass nigga. Yeah, I know you ain't gonna come out here, nigga. Da, 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 da. So at some point, my young boy skirt security go outside. So now I'm outside. So first it's him and the one nigga, they rumbling, da 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 da. Then another nigga acted like he want to jump in it. So now I'm in it. So it's me and him fighting these two niggas. So he get the one nigga, he's trashing the one nigga or whatever. And then like he had got away from him and he went to back up. And then I see a nigga like running towards him. I sucker punched the shit out of this nigga. I punched him into my car. I went boop, boop. He hit the car, smacked his head on the car, smacked his head on the ground. I'm like, I might have killed this nigga. Yo. And in that moment, I froze like, fuck, this is going too far. Like, we're going to jail or whatever. And then like a nigga like Jules Size got involved, and I like did like a rope-a-dope because I was like, this nigga hit me, I'm going out. Yeah. So I threw like a phantom punch at him, and he backed up. I was like, oh, he pussy, he don't want to fight. So then I grabbed him and tried to slam him, and then security broke it up. I lost a shoe. I was like, yo, I'm too old for this shit. Like, I'm 36 out here in the streets, rumbling niggas. Like,
yeah, I'm dead ass like afraid to do the shit. Like, I don't want to get into like nothing because I just, you know, and I don't think I'm no tough, crazy, none of that shit. I just don't want to be put in a position where I'm like hooking off on somebody because that shit could end terribly. And I'm not a violent. I don't want to hurt nobody. Right. Like I don't want to get hurt, but I also don't want to hurt nobody. So it's just, I'm cool. Like I don't want to fight. Because that shit can end terribly.
Yeah. The good news was I didn't have no more problems at Mirage after that. The whole rest of the time I was there. Oh, you can fight. Yeah, motherfucker. Okay. Yeah. Cool. No, you good. Bring your gun in. We don't care. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, no. Question, right? With the the young kid got killed that worked for the trash company. How do you feel about city workers being able to carry their licensed firearm? I see a lot of people saying like, "Yo, we can't protect ourselves."
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I can say this now because I guess the cat's out of the bag. I don't work there anymore or whatever. Yeah. When I did drive the bus, I always had my gun on me, and that's not you're not supposed to do that shit. Yeah. But the reality is, I'd rather get fired than
motherfucker kill you.
Some more other shit. Because I actually had a situation. It was so goofy. It happened right before I fucking left. I'm driving the 49 rather. And the nigga blocked the street where you turn on New York at. Mm-hmm. Like he just blocked the street. Like he stopped the car, got out.
Middle of the street.
And started no, he was like trying to be like out the way, but he wasn't out the way. And he got out the car and started walking down the street. And I was like, yo. I'm like in the turn, like in the intersection. And I'm blowing the horn. I'm like, yo. You gotta move this up a little bit. He's like, what you mean? I'm like, you see how it say no stopping bus turns? You gotta move this up some. Yeah. And he came and he instead of him moving straight up, he just went to the other side of the street. I'm like, both sides
neither one of these is good.
No stopping.
No bueno on both of these.
So he got out the joint and he was like, he started to walk around the car again to go up the street. Yeah. And I'm like, cuz, why you didn't just pull up straight? Like, you're still in the way. I can't make the turn. And he came back around the joint and went under a seat, pulled it out and cocked it. I was like, I ain't moving shit. I grabbed my I'm like, nigga. Right. And literally it was a cop coming down 29th Street, and he seen the cop car, and he like turned and jumped back in the car. And it's just like, I don't know if he thought I was going to like open the door and flag the car, but I did. But my thing is just like, if it go there, I guess it just, I'm saying, but it's like, I don't know what the fuck that was, but that's the shit you deal with being outside around these people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was somebody who used to work my joint had a gun pulled on him for punching a day pass. That really happened. Damn. Punch the nigga, because the day pass motherfuckers would just keep using them. Right. If you don't punch the day or the date, they would just keep using them. Right. He got the joint. It was like on the fourth ride. He like, oh, punch the day and the day. Boy, like, why the fuck you do that? I can't use this shit no more. You know that? Pulled the joint out.
Like, well, Rufus, it's a day pass. You have one day to use the pass, cuz.
So me personally, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I look at it like, yo, I gotta go home. Yeah. You know me. If there's anybody that's unproblematic that walks outside not wanting to get into anything, who is it? Yeah. It's me.
I don't even want to be acknowledged by you.
I don't even want to be acknowledged. I dread talking to you niggas. Like, I don't want to be acknowledged half the goddamn time. So I damn sure don't want to get in a shootout. You know those niggas that go outside looking for that energy. Yeah, I wish a nigga would. They nigga, you not gonna jump. They right here, nigga. Like I know people who are like that. I'm not like that at all. I carry a gun strictly for, God forbid, and I know for a fact, if shit go left and I gotta use this joint, I know I can stand here after I use it and wait for the cops to come, right, and do all the necessary paperwork, and I'm gonna be completely in the right. Because I know that this had to be a life or death situation for me to even, you know what I'm saying? I know that. I'm keeping it a buck. I know that. So for me, I look at it from a different light. I'm not coming outside with that energy. Yeah. I'm not on the noise in the bushes. Bah! I'm not that person. Right. Some people are. Me personally, I think that everyone should have the right to always protect themselves and make it back home to their family and their friends and their life. That's what I think. Now, at the end of the day, I know people be off into all kinds of crazy shit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that this happened in that situation or whatever situation, but I know for a fact, when you get like shot up 44 times, you did something. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if you find out tomorrow I got shot, it's some weird ass robbery that went left and somebody was trying to take my car or some crazy shit. And but you not going to hear Matt got shot 50 times. Because I haven't done anything to anyone that deserves me getting shot 50 times.
But then again, it's Philly. You might.
I think that when you have a lot of these situations, what it be is like, people be in the shit. Yeah. People just be in the shit.
And just because you changed your life, don't mean that the niggas that you was beefing with 4 years ago, whatever, changed their life, or they don't remember that you killed their cousin or some weird shit or whatever case may be.
I'll be honest with you.
Sometimes life catch up to you.
I'll be honest with you. Years ago, I'm talking about 15 years ago, I like smacked somebody. Like we was just, in that mode, you know what I'm saying? And I just I had enough of him saying certain shit. And I mean, like, I smacked him so hard, he slid across the fucking ground. Like, I mean, my man to this day be like, I've never seen anyone get smacked that hard. I think about that shit a lot. Yeah. Because it's like, what if? When I'm randomly just coming out of fucking, Kung Pao number 2 right. with my wings.
Coming out of shopping bag with a rotisserie chicken.
I told you, I saw him at the casino. This was a couple years ago. I actually saw him late night. We was playing poker. I came up to the 3rd floor. He was in there getting food with his peoples. They was coming from the blackjack. I mean, the dice, what they call it in the casino, craps. They was coming from the crap shit. We was coming from the poker joint. I seen him. We was both in the food joint. And we was like this close to each other. I just happened to look up. He was standing right there. And he was like, oh, shit, what's up with you, cuz? And I'm just like, yo, man, what's up, man? Like, you want, come on, man, get a sandwich or something. Like,
get what you want, man.
Get you one of them little Italians, man. Like, real shit. Because it's just, you just never know. And, we live in a society now where people are overly brolic.
Indeed.
Just, there is no, you remember back in the day, motherfucker could fight, like, true story. Me and Pax rumble back in the day. Me and Steve rumble back in the day. Me and Duty rumble back in the day. Like, you remember you could fight your homie, and y'all would be homies still.
Right after.
My mom broke me and Steve up fighting in my crib over, this nigga kept sacking me in Madden. I couldn't take this shit. Nigga, he sacked me for like the 9th time. I said, that's it. We was getting it in down there. I hit that nigga with a golf club. No, dog, we was wilding down there. My mom came up, she was screaming, Steve, get the hell out of the house, man, what the hell is wrong? Like, really, we was tearing my living room up. Tearing it up. Shirt all off, we tearing it up. She broke us up. She's like, Steve, get the hell out of the house. Y'all done here with this video game. Steve got to the door, was like, yo, you playing video games tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, man, come up like 2 o'clock. Come on like 2 o'clock, man, I'll be here. Be safe, get home, now.
And then you just tried to kill this thing, so be safe, get home. How you hit the crib?
Because there was that buffer. No one was on that. Like, we weren't, like, I'm not trying to be funny, at least in our neighborhood. At 13, 14, we weren't killers. Yeah. It's a different...
That's some child rebel soldier shit.
It's a different energy now. So it makes people walk outside with an attitude that's just like, literally, the funniest shit the other day, Lee was like, yeah, I'm about to go meet up with so-and-so at the mall. I'm like, okay, all you hear is... I was just like, what the fuck is going on in there? And it's like, that's women now gotta walk outside with that energy.
Straight up.
bulletproof vest, extra clip.
My girl strapped everywhere.
Dog, extra clips. I know motherfuckers walking around with 4 clips. I'm not making that up. 4. Clip, 2 clips on the belt, clip on the door, another clip in the jack. I'm not making that up. Just cause you don't know, motherfucker got a switch with a 50 drum on it. Dog, that 7 ain't gonna get you. It might not get you right.
Yeah.
Think about the situation the other day. You seen that shit at the gas station? The nigga in the Chrysler 300. It was 4 or 5 niggas that came out of that van. Mm-hmm. Wasn't about shit. They wanted the car.
Yeah.
This wait about 2 days, man.
You for the car?
You could have walked up and asked for it with no gun.
Bruh.
Can I get my charger?
I remember years ago they told us that shit with the bus was like, you need to, protect you the protector of the bus. And I'm like, man, motherfucker get on this bus with a fucking butter knife and be like, yo, I'm taking this bus. But let me show you this air brake. It's a little tricky over here. Like, real shit.
I don't know if you know, this is like a V14. These just take off pretty fast.
Yeah, this ain't the hybrid. This is what you ever heard them buses be like, whoop, 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 whoop. This is gonna move. That like real shit. Like you gotta go home. I look at that shit like Goodfellas. Like I gotta go home. I gotta go home. Yeah, I have to. And me personally, I live my life in a manner that should ensure I'm coming home. I don't even drive reckless. So it's like for me to not go home, there had to be some catastrophic shit that popped up.
Yeah.
Now there are people out here that they live reckless. They get into all kinds of crazy ass shit. Me, I shy away from them Jones. Like I don't even want that energy. Motherfuckers start screaming and hollering. Like how you was like the nigga was screaming and hollering at the bar or whatever. Man, agent, ain't that what you fucking best say? Get your agent ass up here and deal with it. I'm cool, dog. I don't know. Because I know for a fact, you got to remember, you know more than you might know. As a big man, it's just a certain energy that's coming with that.
Nigga gonna pop you.
I think you tough, big boy.
I had a close friend that was just like, yo, I would never fight you. You my man. I would shoot you below the waist. And we figure that shit out later.
Hope it don't hit no major artery.
It's like he's like, I am not fighting. And it's people that look at it like that. And when you like that, you feel that energy outside. Like I'm just no. Yeah. I know from rip a motherfucker is gunning at me in just a different manner. So I don't, I remember hearing old heads back in the day. We was young boys. Like it was an old head that was doing like, the home invasion shit, whatever. He was like, yeah, see the thing is like these niggas, they don't be like real about that shit. It's just this random old head was talking to us one day at the park, and he was like, when you do a John, you come in the room, you're supposed to lay the biggest nigga down first, let motherfuckers know, yo, this is serious. And I'm just looking around at all my friends, it's all small. I'm like, hey,
I'm getting laid down. Shit go left, I'm going down.
That's when me and Jules became friends. I'm like, yo, he big, he bigger than me. Like, real shit.
I'm 6 foot, he's 6'5".
Yeah, this nigga 6'6". We weigh the same. Get him. We both 300. He's 6'6".
Like, that nigga arms long as shit. He'll slap you from across the room.
Yeah. He was all pup. Lying and shit. Yeah, he's all pup. You know what I'm saying? Get that nigga. But no, I just, I think, yeah, you should be able to get home. Whatever the fuck that takes.
Yeah.
Because police officers walk around with guns. And that shit ain't to do drills and that shit is for protection, ain't it? I think everyone should have that fucking right as a human. Like I'm not the nigga to talk to about the Second Amendment because I'm never coming off of that. The world we live in doesn't make it like that.
And I would imagine, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I would imagine that in places where it's like open carry and shit like that, I would imagine that crime is probably diminished compared to some other places where it's not because of the fear of like, motherfucker gonna shoot back. Because plenty of niggas out here is down to do drills and shoot people and this and this. Nobody want to get shot back.
Have you noticed that like the B&E thing is like extinct? Mm-hmm. You know why? Ring cameras. And it's funny because even on the song when Drake was like, I used to want a GMC back when Woe was doing B&E.
Yeah.
You remember, like, think about Paper Soldiers. Remember, breaking and entering was like a thing. Quavo and all them talk about it. We was running into the house and all that bullshit. But the Ring camera, I'm talking about the second you step on a motherfucker property.
Gotcha.
That shit is going. I walked up on somebody's crib the other day. I'm talking about in the driveway. You heard it. You are being recorded. Ain't make it to the steps yet. So it's like all that shit is out. And that's where we got to get to where it's like you say, if everybody's protected, then everybody's protected.
Mm-hmm. That's what it got to be.
You say it all the time. You got to make niggas think about that.
If you can't make a nigga think twice about his move, you're done.
Remember the Wild West? You get locked up. As soon as you get out, they take your gun off the motherfucking coat rack and give you your piece back.
Yeah. That's how it just, I think everyone should protect themselves and live in a manner that secures you getting home to your peoples. That's me. Now, again, I'm not advocating for what people do or don't do or none of that shit. I don't get into none of that. But I just know me, I've been out amongst people and I've worked with the public for a long time where when you are around the public, these motherfuckers will say all kinds of crazy shit to you. They'll do crazy shit to you. They will attempt ridiculous shit. You know, I said it all the time about that depot being on 27th and Allegheny. Like, the fact that we have, like, no security guards, no roaming security.
It's a very laxed environment.
It's, dog, you like, and then something that would burn me out before was the parking situation. Like, we're in a residential neighborhood, not a residential neighborhood in Bryn Mawr or a residential neighborhood in Glenside. We're in a residential neighborhood on 27th and Allegheny. So when you come to work and we have no parking lot and you got to park 2 blocks up the street and you come off the last 54 at 2:33 in the fucking morning and now you got to make it 2 blocks up at North Philly Street, that shit can get the fuck goofy. So I keep it a buck with you. I used to walk out of my depot with my gun in my hand.
As you should.
Walking up the street. I don't have time for this goofy ass shit. I just did 12 hours on the phone. I got to get the fuck out of here, man. Seriously.
Trying to go to Wawa, get me a sizzly or something. Y'all are impeding on my civil rights.
It's Hoagie Fest, nigga. I'm trying to get a sandwich and go to fucking the house. That shit real. And you know, people don't think about a lot of these situations until something go left. Like, we as Americans, we don't have a preventative attitude. We have a reactionary attitude
to everything.
Instead of just doing or taking the necessary preventative measures, we only react.
Only on offense, no defense.
We only on defense.
Only on defense.
Never on offense. Like, you know the TSA just hit their 20-year joint.
Really?
So they was giving away like awards to people who've been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
The TSA started after 9/11.
Right.
Think about it. 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, think about the fact that 9/11 happened and all that crazy shit that went on. And then it was like, yo, take your shoes off.
Right.
That happened after the shoe bomber. You didn't even have to take your shoes off.
Right.
You need no ID to get on the plane.
Dog.
Motherfuckers used to just routinely hang out in the airport.
I told you we
in
went
the
to,
terminal.
Go to the bar.
We went to New Orleans in 99. My mom bought the big hot C on the plane. The joint you hold your cup. Like that joint. I got 3 kids over here. I got to keep them quiet. I bought that hot C. You were allowed to just do everything. Motherfuckers bring box cutters through the joint. Oh, walk through this metal detector. Motherfucker bring a bomb in the shoe. Oh, take your shoes off. Motherfucker bring some shit in a bottle. Oh, no more bottles. No more liquor. We're only reactionary. There's no preventative measure. And literally, do you ever watch Adam Ruins Everything?
Yeah.
He had a whole show where he broke down how, like, yo, the TSA, the motherfucker who's planning the next terrorist attack, he's not doing any of this shit.
No.
It's not going to be no shit in his shoe. It's not going to be no shit in a bottle. It's not going to be no box cutter. He's planning some whole new shit.
It's going to be a missile.
Or he already worked for TSA. It's already there.
Yeah. He playing the long game.
Like us it's there's no cameras in this parking lot. Somebody get their bell rung. Oh, we gonna put some cameras up, yo.
Yep.
You know that's the reality. We as Americans,
Yes, indeed.
We're very reactionary. We're never like.
And sometimes they don't even do that. Somebody get their bell rung and it's still like, how much is it for the camera system? Man, it's an isolated incident.
That ain't about nothing.
That ain't.
Cameras. To get shit done. I ain't gonna put no cameras up.
Or what about the cameras that don't even record? It's just closed circuit where it's just on a loop or whatever. It's just running, and they don't even have any actual footage to turn over to law enforcement or
You
something.
ain't find out about it 2 weeks later. Oh, go back to the footage. It done recorded this over itself already.
Yeah,
Shit is crazy.
Yeah, we only got a 4-day backup.
We got 40 backup on it.
What other topics did we have? That was a good question though, Dan. But yes, I definitely do think you should be able to like protect yourselves at all times.
I got one more topic. Before we get into that, I do want to shout out Lane's Carpet Cleaning. Lane's Carpet Cleaning, official carpet cleaning business of TRPE.
My dog.
Shout out to Dre Lane and the whole team over there. Lane's Carpet Cleaning will bring back the joy and freshness in your carpets and upholsteries. They service the residential and commercial properties in the tri-state area. Lane's Carpet Cleaning's main goal is to ensure that you have carpet and upholsteries looking brand new. They specialize in spot removal, heavy traffic spots, and pet odors. They do it all. Great carpets is their passion. Get your carpets and upholstery clean the right way at Lane's Carpet Cleaning. Schedule with them today. The number is 267-332-8216. You can email at lanescarpetcleaning@gmail.com or follow them on the gram at lanes_carpet_cleaning.
That's my
That might be
dog.
my cousin. My mom's last name is Lane.
Oh, shit.
Black people be
You from the West Philly Lanes?
Where you Lanes from?
So there was this clip.
Speaking of cousins, did you know Senator Cory Booker was cousins with RuPaul?
I did not know that.
I seen that the other day.
Kind of look alike.
They kind of do. That's funny as shit. But what was your topic?
Oh, there was a clip on social media. I actually want to play the clip of Young Joc and his wife doing an interview for this magazine or whatever. And she basically was throwing him under the bus in this interview or whatever like that. And he checked her ass. And people was like, yo, what are your thoughts on this, blah, blah, blah. And it's literally blown up. It's got 28,000 likes now, 4,400 quote tweets, 4,871 retweets, and going. So this is the clip.
In his wife's defense, it's very easy to throw Young Joc under.
Oh, for sure. But Joc made a ton of sense. You fucked up when Joc make 100% sense straight through.
Said something. I didn't. What you're not gonna do is do that.
I didn't say that.
Well, that's how you put it. You said you wouldn't want my son to be like me.
I wouldn't want them to do some of the things that you have
Okay,
done.
and I wouldn't want my daughters to do some of the things you've done. We're human. That's what I'm trying to say.
You would want them to do majority of the things that I've done.
Listen, what I'm saying is, when you talk about me, don't sum
Say
me
facts,
up.
right?
Don't sum me up on the worst side of me or what you consider the worst side of me. Because ain't nobody fucking perfect. So don't do that. That's what we're not gonna do. Because as a man, guess what? I got to stand on mine too.
Yeah, you do.
Because guess what? Let me tell you something. I didn't go to college. Guess
That's
what?
fine.
I want my kids to go to college. So we can say that right
good.
now. I don't want them to go that direction. I want them to go to college. I can say that with you too.
Right.
But don't sit here in front of the world, in front of a medium, and say, "Oh, I wouldn't want my son or your sons to be like you." Hold on. No, we got you gonna put some respect on my name because at the end of the day, I'm successful. I take care of my kids.
Okay.
Ain't none of my kids out here in dire need of love and support. So we ain't gonna do that, okay? Because I don't appreciate that. Because there's some things about you that I could say I wouldn't want my daughters to do.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna do that. I respect you and I love you enough.
I want this magazine to know
No. I
what
respect
it is about
integrity.
me. You don't want your daughters.
I'm not gonna
to
do
be
that.
like.
I'm
should.
not gonna do that.
Be my guest.
I'm not
gonna be
that.
slighted, honey.
I'm not gonna do that. That's where we have to draw the line.
Okay.
Because I don't care because the camera in front of
giving
me
you the
or
green
somebody
light,
asking me
sweetheart.
questions. I'm not gonna reveal my everything that go on with me. Just like right now, you ain't gonna sit here in front of these people and tell what your credit score is. You ain't gonna sit here and tell them your social security number.
ashamed of
You ain't gonna
not
sit
my
here and tell
social.
them what's in your bank account either.
I won't.
Okay, so some things are better left fucking unsaid and in the private, and that's what I'm gonna do. So when you addressing me, don't ever make it seem like I'm the worst of the worst, because I'm not.
Okay.
Because I came through and changed your life, and it wasn't about me having no money. It was about the integrity. It was about my integrity. It was about me standing up for you. It was about me helping you open your eyes to see things that no other man has gotten you to do. So when you talk about me and address me, please be mindful of that, because I love you for who you are, good and bad.
You know I love you for who you are.
But I would never say to the world that I wouldn't want my. What you're not gonna do is do.
So the general premise of the clip is they're having an interview with this magazine, Suave magazine, and I could see the interviewer and probably the camera crew was like, "Oh, we got some shit here." And in the midst of it or whatever, she was basically saying like, "I wouldn't want my sons or any kids I have with you or your sons to grow up to be like you." And Joc eloquently handled and checked the situation and just basically saying this like, "Hey, I'm not perfect, far from it. However, don't sum me up to be about the worst parts of me as opposed to my totality as a human." And a lot of times, like as men, we aren't afforded the benefit of the doubt. And we talked about it like with the Chris Brown shit. To make a mistake and come back from your mistakes and be accepted for the fact of, yeah, you fucked up, but you apologize. You made the situation right. You did what was necessary in order to rectify the situation. And it's still like this looming air of resentment over what I've done. And his whole point is, you know, basically like, yo, it's things about you I don't like. There's things about you that I wouldn't want my daughters to assimilate to or to be like or blah, blah, blah. And to her detriment, his wife is sitting there, and instead of just taking in what he's saying and listening to him, she's just like, well, yeah, and this, and okay. And it's like, yo, you listen with your ears, not with your mouth. And he just found himself in a situation where in real time, he had to correct something because it's just like, yo, if I'm so terrible, why did you marry me? If I'm so terrible, why are you still married to me? If I'm so terrible, why are you still slurping this dick like soup whenever necessary in order to try to keep me happy? And it was just a situation where it's like, yo, universally, she was just so bad with the point that she was trying to make or whatever the case may be, or with this sleight of hand that she had, that even women are like, yeah, no, that she was out of pocket. And you know that's bad because women just universally take up for women in their general nonsense or whatever like that. And it was just a situation that like literally it's like ignited the internet, and it just continues to grow and grow. And it's just one of them things where it's like, yeah, man, it's like, you know, when you forgive somebody, you gotta be willing to offer that person grace also in a situation. Because if somebody made a mistake, cool. If they made continual mistakes, that's more on you than it is on them at that point, because you got to make the determination on, it's just too much for me to handle, and I just need to remove this person from my life rather than stick with them. And in her case, for clout, fame, money, access to capital, whatever it may be, you're going to stay with me even though you hate me. And it's just like, this is a situation where it's like, black people get married for all the wrong reasons, and it came out in a public forum on an internet medium, in an interview for a magazine or whatever the case may be. And now y'all dirty laundry is essentially, you know, being aired to the world even more so than it already was. So if people had already forgotten about whatever BS Joc had done, you just gave them an opening and a reminder to say, well, yeah, I still don't. I mean, you know, you did what you did, and I apologize and I accepted it, but I still don't fuck with you. It's like that sort of thing, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, people do a lot of going along to get along.
Oh man,
when it comes to relationships, and we had this conversation the other day, me and one of my homies, and he was just like, same type John, like, what do you do in these situations? I'm just like, bro, like I've had to get there where it's just like, yo, you gotta remove motherfuckers.
Yeah,
like it's just reality. It sucks, but it's like, yo, If somebody's not respecting you as just the person you are, y'all are doomed.
Yep.
Like what? Like, but you again, why are you around somebody you don't like? What's the benefit in this?
Yeah. Why stay? You have, as a human being, your basic law of nature is free will. You can do whatever the hell you want.
But people are just so like beat down emotionally that they kind of like. You know how they always say trauma bonded and all of that kind of shit?
Yep.
That's what happens, where it's like, oh, he can't function without me and I can't function without her. And it's just like, y'all can both function. Yeah. Heroin addicts can function without heroin once they get clean.
It's going to take a while.
Yeah, it's going to take a minute. But yeah, y'all can function. Y'all just don't want to.
And the thing people would rather stay and stick it out through a toxic relationship or a bad situation or whatever than to take that 30, 90, 120 days, 2 years, whatever it take to really heal and get over this shit and just be happy going forward by no longer dealing with this person.
That's why I'm
gonna stick around and just complain my way through the rest of the relationship.
Patreon, where I was like, nobody wants to be alone. That's why I be posting the memes. People would hit me up like, oh, what if you want to be alone? And I'm like, shut up, bitch. Like, you don't want to fucking be alone. Nobody wants to.
Nobody.
That's the reason why we be having these things go on. But my thing is like the going along to get along is cool, but you can't make like life decisions in that.
Indeed.
Like if y'all are just dealing with each other to deal with each other, cool. Why are y'all having kids? Why are y'all getting married? Why are y'all doing that? Why are you going to get a house? Why are y'all both putting your name on a fucking mortgage?
Yep.
just doing stupid shit when you know you don't want to be with this person and vice versa.
All you doing is muddying up the waters, because when you do decide that you want to be done with this, which I think their relationship was over before it started, it's like you just muddying up the waters and making it that much harder to get a clean break from this person because of shared property, shared assets, and tax code and all this other shit, and having the state involved in your fucking relationship. So it's like, yo, why even do it if you aren't feeling like you're getting the best benefit out of this situation? And Joc was like, our relationship was not based on money. I changed your life, and it didn't have nothing to do with finances. I changed your life in the method of showing you different things and exposing you to who's not for you and who's got issues with you and this, and this, and correcting you and getting you on a better path even than when you came in and met me.
You be surprised though how many people are in relationships and can't tell you nothing positive about the person they with.
Yep.
Like that shit right there, you be surprised how many people are in relationships where it's like, I don't like you, I don't like shit about you, I don't want my kid to be nothing like you, and it'd be like, so why are you sucking his dick?
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Like, this doesn't make any sense, but that's really how it be. It's a lot of motherfuckers that are just out here just to be like, yo, somebody asked me recently about relationships. You know, I've been in one for so long or whatever. And she was like, what makes a relationship like last? Because she was like, you and Lee always are out and be having fun and see y'all. And, you know, we be at like the events or whatever together and this and that. And I'm like, we put so much of an emphasis on love. Do you love me? Do you love me? I love you. You love. And love is important.
Yeah.
We worry so much about love that we forget about like. You gotta like the person you.
Yeah. Do I want to be around you?
Can I hang with you? Can I bring you around my friends? Can we go do X, Y, Z? Like, can we think about it? Like, and then again, your life has to be in unison with a person. I be powerlifting. You know what the fuck Lee be doing? Lifting. Lee can squat her ass off now. Seriously. I go on the balcony, goddamn it, she on the balcony. You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne intro, light a flick. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta be able to be with the person. You see, I was at the event yesterday. I'm not out here with a bunch of random people. It's like, you like Bun B say, man, all that shit for my wife. I don't even do all that shit. Yep. Family men getting this paper. If that's what you want, why you not with your family? And that's the reality. I see a lot of people that claim that shit, but you never really like with your person. And then you got people people are in relationships 3-4 years. You don't even know who they. Oh no, because I do things privately. No, the fuck you don't. I've seen your asshole
on the internet.
Like, I've seen your asshole. Y'all was on the yacht in Miami. You was twerking. You had a G-string. I saw your butthole. You don't do anything private.
Everything is for public consumption.
But that shit is like that because you're not proud of that person. You don't like that person. You don't want people to know you around this person. You don't want it like just because of what they might got going on or what. It's a lot of muddy in that. Yeah. But I see a lot of going along to get along just to be like, yeah, I got somebody. Yeah, this my man. I got a man. I got a girl. And it's just we and I don't even think it's just a black issue. I think it's just culturally all around. We worry about the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit. You know, motherfuckers be like, oh my God, I love Bernice Burgos. You don't even know if she wash up. Right. You in love with an image.
Yeah. In love with an image.
That's it.
In love with an image.
And vice versa. It works the same way for women with men. Nigga get some money or nigga got a nice car or whatever the fuck. It just, you don't know how this person acts. You don't know how they talk to you. You know how to, I saw the girl today, the white girl, I don't even know her name, but I seen the clip was going around. She got into some shit that her boyfriend beat her up or whatever. And she's on the internet crying and all this shit that she like, I asked him why was he texting another bitch and he punched me in the face and then punched me in the chest. I can't believe this. And she's crying on the joint like, you know, and she didn't add him or nothing. Like, you don't know who the fuck, all these Instagram bitches, you don't know who they nigga is. Yeah. And she just put his initials. And people in the comments like, you're crying on the internet instead of going to the police, going to get some help, going to the hospital. It's all bullshit. Because at the end of the day, she wanted them chicks that's for sale, clearly. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, the nigga who's buying what you selling didn't like the fact that you was asking why another bitch was selling what he buying.
Exactly.
And it just you know what you signing up for.
Yeah, he's in merchant mode, and you muddying up what I'm trying to get done here.
Like you know what people ain't stupid. As much as people try to play like they don't know what's going on, you know what the fuck going on. Yeah. And if you any type of peel the layer back motherfucker to where you can do some secondary thinking or analysis of the situation, you can see it. I can see the shit.
And here's the thing. Whatever you trying to hide, it all comes out in the wash anyway.
And don't get it fucked up. Like, I don't speak from a place of just being perfect. I just speak from a place of being real. I know how this shit really supposed to go. I know how it really supposed to work. I watched two people who were in love and in light with each other. You know how I know? Because they did every fucking thing together. We did everything together. We were a family. Right. The weekend didn't hit, and I ain't see my pop for 2 days. Right. We going to the mall. We going to the movies. We going to Great Adventure. We. Because I like being with her and y'all my family and we out. Right. My mom went out in the streets 3-4 times a night. Oh, y'all stay with your Aunt Gladys. And then if Gladys fall asleep, just go next door to Rufus. It wasn't none of that shit. My mom was with my dad. So it's like, yeah, when it don't, if you know what they say, if the shoe fit, wear it. Yeah. Y'all be knowing what's up. She know completely. I know what the fuck is up with Joc. I know Joc is probably detestable to be around. Yeah. But you bored that.
It's played out in public. How many times a person got to embarrass you before you finally just be like, I don't want to deal with this no more?
Like you be having these situations where it's like you know this person is terrible, but then y'all get married or y'all have children.
Yeah, because
and it's just
because I'm trying to save face at this point.
I'm trying
to prove the haters wrong.
And I've never shied away from him. When shit wasn't working, we split. All right now.
Yeah.
I'm real cool about it now. All right now. It wasn't like that at the time. Right. All right now. But it's just Kanye said it best on Blame Game. I was satisfied being in love with the lie. And I think that's where a lot of people be at.
Yeah, because once you start asking too many questions and then the mystique goes away because the lie gets exposed and then you got to deal with what's actually here in front of you, a lot of people don't want to face that reality.
Remember you were saying how like you get in a relationship with somebody, it's like, yo, I want to meet your family. I want to know your family's mental history. Yeah. I want to know about allergies. I want to like
People vet people the wrong way.
No.
Or don't do no vetting at all.
Because all niggas care about is, yo, who fucked her?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody hit? Your man? Ain't nobody?
All right, I love her.
Oh, yeah, I'm in love with her. I love her.
It's more than that. Like,
that's real.
Do you have a family history of bipolar schizophrenia, cancer? Like, these are the things that you need to know before you start building a life with a person. Like, have you been on are you on any prescribed antidepressants right now? Like, these are the things that you need to know before you tie your horse to somebody's cart. Dog. So for Kendra and Joc, that relationship is a self-fulfilling prophecy. That joint was over before it started. She found out that he had a side baby right before they were scheduled to get married, and you pushed forward anyway. At that point, you bought that. Like, why keep giving the public a reminder of the nonsense that he be on?
Mm-hmm. Shit is crazy.
Because you still stay.
Real shit.
So whether it be because he tell good lies, he sling good dick, whatever it is, you stayed. So you got to put up a wall around your relationship in the public eye at the very bare minimum. You're supposed to praise in public and check in private. So for you trying to, like, get a slick little diss off in the midst of this interview is like, wait a minute.
You only make yourself look crazy.
You make yourself look crazy because you sitting right here next to this nigga.
Right.
Looking crazy like Derek Jackson's wife with the goddamn bonnet on. Right. Looking like a damn fool.
Talking about her army and her soldiers. Yeah, real shit. Real quick, before we get out of here, I want to talk about the World Cup real quick. The World Cup kicked off over the weekend. It's in Qatar. Yeah, I seen that shit. Shout out Jules. Jules was at the game today, USA versus Wales. They was all trying to get me to bet USA. I didn't do it. USA and Wales tied 1-1, so dodged the bullet. Yeah. Qatar is not the place that should be hosting a World Cup.
At all. It's too many restrictions.
All right, y'all are familiar with the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with Qatar.
Yeah.
Qatar is the richest country on earth. It's in Doha, you know, the national city of Qatar or whatever. The richest country on earth, but they just have so many restrictions, and I can't even believe that it's there. So did I send you the whole little documentary the dude did where it shows how they like basically bought the World Cup?
No.
Okay, so basically, Qatar is the richest country on earth, right? We know that. Qatar is sick of being in Dubai's shadow.
Oh.
Where it's like, you know, Dubai is an emirate. You know, Qatar technically isn't an emirate.
Got it.
So Dubai is an emirate. Qatar is the richest country on the planet. Dubai is Dubai, though. We know what Dubai is. Dubai Mall, Burj Khalifa. Dubai is where you go. That's where it's at.
Hot spot.
It's the hot spot. But Qatar is like, yo, we make so much money off of oil and natural gas, nigga. We pay it up. But Dubai is the spot. The World Cup, Dubai was one of the qualifying places. And people couldn't understand how Qatar beat out Japan, Switzerland, America, Dubai, and it was one of the European nations. So the bull basically compiled like all of this shit. So, you know, FIFA's the largest association in the world. It's 214 countries, all this bullshit, whatever. So he basically showed you how the 14 heads of FIFA all got like bribed into doing this shit in Qatar. They agree to have the shit come to Qatar. These are the restrictions for the World Cup. No public acts of intimacy.
Right.
No drinking, no gayness. That's a real thing.
Yeah, no gayness being one of your pillars is like.
Tell you how crazy this shit was. Team USA said that they was going to wear the rainbow bracelets.
Armbands, yeah.
FIFA was like, if they do that shit, they're going to be banned from the next World Cup.
Oh, shit.
Like, they straight going to like get a fine and they not going to qualify for that.
Yeah, don't bring them fucking Western world politics
like,
here.
we don't
with
want
that shit.
none of that headache. Like, you remember when the black guys held up the black fist at the
in
Olympics?
Germany, yeah.
That they like on that side, like we don't want none of that. Dan just literally showed his joint, but they wouldn't let a motherfucker in the game today with the rainbow joint on his shirt.
Yeah, you bought tickets, but your tickets are now invalid.
Yeah. Let me see that ticket. Yeah. With a razor. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looked pretty good. It looked pretty good. What you got there? Yeah.
Yo. So a lot of the you know what the World Cup brings? It brings drunk soccer fans. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the people in Qatar are like, yo, we don't even want to deal with this shit. You know, they shutting down streets. They doing it. Jules literally, they told him, if you want liquor, you got to buy it 7 days before the World Cup come from the PX. After that, you can't buy liquor for the whole time.
Shutting the whole shit down.
Can't buy it. This shit is crazy. So tell you how wild this is. Budweiser paid FIFA $75 million to be the official sponsor for the World Cup.
Can't sell no Budweiser.
Qatar, the people of Qatar, the royal family, whatever, they agreed that once Budweiser put the money up, they were basically going to do Budweiser tents outside of the stadium, up to an hour before the game, and then an hour after the game.
Okay.
But Jules is like, what the fuck sense does that make? Like, why would you go to a game? The game ends at 5 o'clock. You can't drink until 6 o'clock.
Right.
Outside of the arena. What the fuck?
Yeah, no.
Budweiser agreed to it. They agreed to it. The shit started this Saturday. Friday morning, the Qatari government was like, yeah, now that we think about it, we not even doing that. So Budweiser was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Qatari government like, it's only 75 mil. Why y'all tripping? Give me real quick. This nigga's little 75 back.
What's your cash at?
Yeah. They put up 75 mil, not even selling no Budweiser.
Damn.
Not even doing the shit. So Jules like, ain't no drinks at the joint. Ain't that, like, it's just crazy as shit.
Get you a lemonade.
Yeah. Yeah. Strawberry,
With some mineral water. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, so it's like a whole shit show.
Did you see the whole community of like the tent community that they put up and all that crazy shit? They like, we had the media's, a special invited media sleeping in tents and shit with doors drawn on the tent. Enter here. Fucking drew a door on the Jones, yeah.
Dog, this shit is it's
This is never gonna happen again. Ever. It's never happening again.
It should have been. But it's like the whole LGBT thing is like blowing up like in their face because it's like, you know, once they put that whole thing out with like the things you couldn't do, that was really on there.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to see no gayness. And like the people is like, what the fuck is, because it's like no fighting, no public nudity, no gayness,
right.
No drunk shit. Like, it's like, what the fuck is that? And people are like, just like, yo, this is not cool. They livid about this shit. It's like a whole thing. You're like, yo, man, they like gonna start protesting. It's like, wow.
Well, here's the thing. Y'all gonna protest, but not in Qatar, because we'll kill you. So, like, y'all gonna protest elsewhere.
And the gayness.
Yeah, exactly. We will hang y'all. Yeah, we will hang y'all. So you're not gonna protest here. You bring your peaceful protest online, whatever the case may be, whatever that does for you, because we don't care.
Dog, I'm pulling it up now. Religious restrictions. Can't do none of that. Praising God and shit like that.
Better not catch the Holy Ghost. We going upside your head, nigga.
Dog. Women still need to be covered. You know what I'm saying? Despite the heat. They got strict dress codes. Sex and other social issues. None of that shit.
Sex and other social issues.
Public speech, for example, arguing or insulting others in the public could lead to arrest.
Oh, you mean what we do at every World Cup?
Yeah.
You mean arguing, bickering, and fighting we do every single year we do this?
Suck. Yeah, till that.
Of course, no pork products can be brought in. No pornography.
Can't even jack off.
Yeah, can't even go beat your dick in the hotel room. Hey, what's going on in there?
You heard that extra squirt of lotion?
What's going on?
We smell lotion outside your hotel room. What's going on in here?
Yeah, it's a whole shit show going on over there. And it's just, at the end of the day, I get what Qatar was. You know, they're really, have you seen the new water park they're building?
No.
It's insane. Like, they're really on some, like, trying to compete with Dubai type shit. But Dubai is so Western. Dubai is like New York.
Yeah.
It's like Vegas.
Yeah, it's the New York of the East.
And I felt it being over there, where when I was in Abu Dhabi, you felt like a tourist. Like, you felt like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Like, we was in the mall, me, Step, P, Jules, big black niggas. It's like, what is happening? Who are y'all? Yeah. But in Dubai, it's like, we was walking through, we seen one of Jules' co-workers. He like, oh shit, what up, Jay? Oh shit, what's up, boy? Like, it's Dubai is so relaxed and just so not like that. So I can only imagine, because Qatar is just as strict as Abu Dhabi. So it's
a bad mix.
It's a bad mix.
Yeah, there's always talk about, like shared values and brand alignment and stuff like that. And the World Cup, the brand of the World Cup is drunk football. Like, that's the brand. So it's like, how do you pair that with one of the more conservative nations in the world? It doesn't really make sense. It's like y'all took the bread, and then this is the end result of it. Y'all got to deal with all that negative publicity that comes from, doing a failed partnership. Yeah. And it's just started. It just started, but all the buildup to it was just the publicity around the buildup was so bad that it's like, yeah, it was over before it kicked off.
When South Africa had the FIFA tournament in 2010, it cost them $3.5 billion to prepare for the joint. Mm-hmm. Qatar spent $220 billion.
Oh my God!
To build the stadium, they built hotels, they built all kinds of shit.
Damn!
Like, this is the money these people have. Where it's just like, yeah, $220.
Yeah, $250 billion?
Yeah.
That's it?
Oh, that's 4 people.
Yeah, I got a parlay, and that shit come back. I just wire you that right now. Let me see what the Nuggets is doing.
Yeah, just pay me back whenever. It's all good.
Yeah,
I got makes it +3 on this shit.
It's crazy, but I'm going to send you the documentary where the boy broke it all the way down to, like, what happened. And
yeah, I would have watched it.
All the backdoor shit. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, the traditional FIFA fans are, like, pissed that it's even there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yo, this isn't what we do. Like, you can't act a fool in the streets. You can't celebrate your team when they win the shit. You can't be arguing. Like, that's part of the game.
Yeah, that's the culture.
That's the culture.
Yeah, no running on the field, streaking.
Oh, you try that shit there if you want to. Motherfucker ain't even chasing you. Popping you.
Yeah, the fans is like, so wait, so I can't show anyone my penis, is what you're telling me. The whole time. The whole World Cup? Oh, no. How long is it?
It's normally like 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
It's like a Summer Olympics and shit. But it basically saying the executive committee were offered $1.6 million each in bribes. You know what I'm saying?
Qatar it is.
It's like, now that I think about it. Now that I bought this boat, I'm really thinking Qatar is the spot.
Anniversary edition is affordable right now.
That reminds me of a point that Andrew Tate was making. He was making his rounds or whatever like that, and it's just interesting to see that aside from the point that I'm trying to make, that in him being canceled, he's become more popular post-cancellation, and now you see mainstream media outlets like Piers Morgan hitching their wagon to Andrew Tate, where now he's a regular guest on the show. He's canceled. We've made the decision that he's canceled culturally, but come on my show every 3 weeks so you can spike the ratings. Like, they said 6 million people interacted with Piers Morgan's interview that he had with Andrew Tate. He said that's like 7 times more than their biggest interview prior. This is just a guy with an opinion. This is a guy that used to kick ass for a living with an opinion. Handsome guy with glasses on, whatever the case may be. But yeah, he was basically saying like, yo, the whole world is corrupt. He said the whole thing is I want to live somewhere where I can participate in the corruption and be in a position to influence things in my favor. He's like, that's the reason why I live in Romania. He's like, the United States is corrupt. Western Europe's corrupt. All of this shit is corrupt. But in Romania, if I get pulled over for doing 160 in my Bugatti Veyron, I give the guy $100 and I drive off. He's like, that's the difference. He's like, they're complicit in the corruption.
And one thing the guy was saying on the thing was about like the workers part of like building all of this shit and everything going on in the city is like, you don't realize. And he was like, I think Qatar bit off a little bit more than they could chew.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's like hosting the NBA All-Star game, right? Like they just did an All-Star game in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You could pull that off. Have A Boogie come, give Iverson an award. You know what I'm saying? Couple parties, couple hoes. You can pull it off. But when you host like the Olympics or the World Cup, that's the entire planet. And now you put a spotlight on what's going on there and what it's like. So think about when the Olympics went to China and they like fucked up the whole village and left shit. People take note of that. What they did in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, they take note of that. So now he's like, yo, Qatar has this light on him. And then you go into the effects. He was like, 2,000 people died from 2010 to 2022 in the building process of this shit. Like migrant workers.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And he was like, those numbers are greatly like
underreported. Yeah.
And he's like, it's just a lot of shit. Like, literally, it's crazy. But if you go online right now and just type in Qatar, FIFA, everything. Look at these articles. Everything wrong with Qatar World Cup. 6 reasons why the World Cup should be taken away from Qatar. Qatar rights abuses stain FIFA World Cup. Fans have a problem with this year's World Cup host. World Cup, how has Qatar treated foreign workers? It's just like, everything's coming to the light. And now Qatar is like, damn, where we was trying to stun on Dubai, it's like, man, we should just let them have this shit and court the blowback.
Yeah, exactly. Because here's the thing.
You got to fly through Qatar 9 times out of 10 to get to Dubai anyway.
What they didn't realize is that this whole situation is going to be illuminated because, like you said, it's worlds converging into
Boston
one
University
place.
did a joint where it's like, should we even be watching the FIFA World Cup this year?
Yeah.
Like, this shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's like when the world converges on where you are, everything you do well will be highlighted, but everything you do bad will really be highlighted. Really be highlighted. And, you know, specifically like to the Western world, to, you know, Western Europe, the United States and shit like that, they're going to look at this and they're going to take every opportunity they can to slander y'all because it's like this shit should have just been here somewhere that we could handle it and we would have just let people just run their movie as opposed to y'all want the attention of this global spotlight, but y'all don't want to let the people come and actually enjoy themselves and have a good time, which is what this is supposed to be about.
We're on the verge of World War III. Trump has announced he's running to be golfer-in-chief or president, as some call it again. And the Global Football Showcase is about to begin in a country with such a horrific human rights record that even former FIFA boss Sepp Blatter, a man so villainously he probably gets booed at home, now says Qatar shouldn't be hosting it at the time of writing this. As I protest, I will not be watching the so-called World Cup unless the winner is the country of my birth, my adoptive home country, or a team that wears a cool kit. In which case, I'll be celebrating in the traditional manner by pulling my Burberry scarf over the lower part of my face and hurling plastic furniture at the police in the piazza. You know what I'm saying? He's like, and then there's beer. First, fans were told they would be able to drink alcohol near the stadiums. Then the beer stands were removed, slightly further away from the grounds. Budweiser, which has exclusivity to sell beer at the World Cup matches, was forced to relocate stalls selling beer outside of stadiums because the Qatari rulers wanted alcohol. And for the purposes of this article, we're going to pretend that Budweiser is an actual beer to be less prominent. Then he goes into, even before the beer U-turn, it would have cost a lot to get a drink. A 500 milliliter glass of Budweiser will cost you 50 real. Real is normally like 4 to 1 when I was over there. So it's like basically $12 to get a 500 milliliter glass of beer. And then he goes on to like the fake fans. So like there was this whole thing where it was like they weren't letting like people buy tickets who were like coming from other places. They was just sending like people from Qatar to the stadium. You know what I'm saying? Like just like on like almost how they did the bubble.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, we need to have the stadium filled up, but we don't want a bunch of other motherfuckers in here. So it's just gonna be the natives in this joint.
Yeah, people that know how to act.
See what I'm saying? And I told Jules, I'm like, the reality is this: Qatar has this thing where it's like over there, no crime, like ain't no. So we can't have people show up and they drunk in the streets, pulling their titties out. Bitches pull their titties out. Mm-hmm. He's like, we can't have that shit because if these people see that, they're gonna start acting like that.
They get exposed. They don't even know that shit exists.
They don't even understand it. Yeah. Imagine going to North Korea and you just grabbing ass in the club. Like what? You know what I mean? So it's not realistic, and that's what everybody's just like, yo, it just shouldn't have been here in the first fucking place.
Yeah, it was a mismatch.
It was just a bad, but the money, paper talk.
Yeah,
we never gonna run out of money. So whatever you want.
Whew. Goodness.
$220 billion spent on building all that shit.
You spent $220 billion on bad publicity.
Because Jules he was FaceTiming me earlier. The stadium looks insane. It's just amazing the way it looks. But it's like
too bad y'all ain't never gonna use it again.
Yeah, we tearing this shit down. My man said we put some townhouses up around here. Real talk. But I got nothing else, man.
As usual, shout out to all the supporters. Shout out to everybody listening, everybody watching us on YouTube. The Dan fans.
I got some Dan fans. So shout out to Trina. I seen it at my man Dave Art show a couple weeks ago. She like, hey, you big Dan? Who? Yeah, I mean, it made me feel good about myself.
By myself.
One of Chad friends, I didn't get his name. He was a Dan fan. I appreciate the support. And when I was in Atlanta last week, my last time to ever be in Atlanta, as long as I'm alive.
Hashtag boycott Atlanta.
Hashtag boycott Atlanta. I met Brittany in the sports bar watching the Eagles game, where Neo was in the corner doing some light tricking,
having a good old time. Shout out to Brittany, shout out to Trina, shout out to Chad, homie that approached me at the art show. That's all I got. Hey man, that's great. Shout out to all the listeners, shout out to supporters, everybody watching us on YouTube. Make sure y'all smash the like button. That's the best way to get YouTube to share this video, recommend it, and push it out to more people. Make sure that if y'all don't have y'all tickets yet to the live show, we still got a good amount of GAs left. Make sure y'all grab y'all GA tickets, only $25 on Eventbrite, TRPE6.eventbrite.com. Make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a handle now at TRPE. Make it real simple to find us on YouTube. Yeah. Well, YouTube has handles now. Okay. They made a whole thing about this. They sent me 94,000 emails. Even after I changed it, they still was like, yo, it's time to reserve your handle, baby. So at TRPE, just search at TRPE. All of our stuff will pop up, whatever the case may be. Patreon, our Patreon is blowing up again. Shout out to Patreon. Shout out to us for doing Patreon previews every week. Shout out to that. Make sure y'all go to Patreon. Huh?
We need to do another one this week.
Yeah, every week, every Saturday. I fucked up. I put it out a little late on Saturday this week, but I got it up, which was the important part. But yeah, patreon.com/official TRPE. That's where y'all find all the additional content and all of that. Top of the year, we're going to start trying to do video for every episode on Patreon. Dan, get ready. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. We love y'all. We appreciate the support, the continued, y'all sharing all of the content. Look for more clips, more episodes, more everything, man. Thanksgiving is this week, too. We even talk about Thanksgiving.
Well, we can talk about it after to Thanksgiving to talk about how terrible Thanksgiving might have been.
Well, yeah, enjoy y'all Thanksgiving. Enjoy your drinks given the day before. I saw a lot of people had Friendsgivings this past weekend.
We were supposed to do a Friendsgiving.
Yeah, it got announced and canceled the same day.
Blame Kev.
Yeah, hashtag blame Kev.
Hashtag blame Kev.
Realest podcast ever. We out. Peace.